Okay, I think I'm just about ready to get started. So there is a lot to consider for today, and I was trying to think of the best format for this. Is there are actually a lot of bugs, tricks, things that will break the game, and I was trying to think of the most appropriate format in which to introduce both the new audience and the old audience in case they want to see some of those things that are kind of well known if you've played the game before, or if you happen to catch anything in terms of speed running. There's some very interesting techniques you could do. So let's switch over to the game and we'll have a conversation over some other music. Actually, I'll just play through. We'll let it play on random, maybe. Oh, I also forgot X's cancel after all that. Whatever, we'll leave it on this for now. So, there's going to be a lot of things coming up, I think, between this session and the next session. So I was trying to think of the best way to break it down. So I think this session will predominantly be story. So for people that want to kind of progress the plot and go throughout, I will probably be sticking to a rather standard slash vanilla playthrough of the game. But I have a feeling tomorrow's session, and I'll ask the group again once they trickle in, how they want to see some of these tricks. Because there's two very major ones that A, will actually cause us to get an ending, B, will completely break the balance of the game to the point where I think we're only supposed to be like maybe level 8 or level 9, and we will end up in the low 20s, and that will absolutely break the balance of the game. So I was thinking from that standpoint, I'm gonna call these like the alternate tales or the what if scenarios, because I feel like it's kind of taking away from the game and to some extent to play through with really cheesy exploits. There's some bosses I might still do the exploits in the standard run, but I'm thinking overall I'll try to stick to more of a vanilla playthrough of this game. And unfortunately, I also came to one other conclusion while I was testing some of these things. The standard game only allows for 3 save files for whatever reason. So I was taken aback by the music, actually. So I'm actually going to dedicate a whole memory card and a half just for those. Hope you're doing well, Chris. I'll try to keep it a little exploit light for today. I'll also try to avoid the bugs, because there's actually a lot of bugs that I became very much aware of over the past day of testing. That's good that you're doing fine. So some of these I don't think are worth a whole session dedicated to what I'm going to call the alternate tales. But I feel like this particular session is going to lend to so many weird tricks and exploits, and I'll do my best to break them down to what I have found, and also from very light research what others have found. Hopefully you guys find it interesting. So one thing I will note is that we will be coming across a 4th party member and probably the 5th party member, depending on the pacing. I'm gonna say it's like 95% sure we're gonna get the 5th party member. So we'll have to think of different names, although I think Nero from a previous stream had recommended a name for the 4th party member already. So I'll keep his choice in mind. But for now, let's close out. So, where to even begin with some of this? So, again, there's just so much to talk about, and it's just like there's so much backtracking to do. So let me get back into the groove of things. So one thing I'm gonna do in this standard playthrough, which you might question as to why I wouldn't do this now, and I will tell you, legitimately it is due to a bug. One moment. Let me make sure everything looks fine. Looks good on my end. Perfect. So normally, chat, we're not supposed to go to the city of Darshield, or excuse me, Darsheed. Sorry, I think even as a kid I always thought this was Darshield. And you could kind of tell that the developers didn't really intend for you to go here, so I will acknowledge that there is such a thing called the warehouse puzzles, and I will acknowledge I know the solutions to most of them from having played the game multiple times. And I will then acknowledge that if I do that now, I actually cause dialogue to skip. So from the standard playthrough point, I will try not to visit the warehouses. So I'm just gonna denote this. One other thing I want to make sure that I do. Ooh, I'm at a really weird gold total. So there's another thing coming up that you wouldn't know about as a new Tales player, but I actually want to show off an alternate scene, which involves me having 0 gold. So I need to figure out how to get rid of my gold. One moment, chat. I need to literally get down to 0, or else it won't do what I want it to do. Do we have 2 gold I can't get rid of? Chat, I feel like I'm getting trolled. Let me think about this. See, we're at a weird number of gold. See, 57 is very hard to work with. Like, what if it was 55, I could do something with it, but 57 is a weird gold total. So what we're gonna do, chat, is we're actually gonna leave and go and just fight something real quick. So yeah, let's just get it to not 7. If it's a 5 or a 0 or even a 2, I can work with that. I cannot work with the 7 with our current gold total. So let's just make sure we're at a number that I could take to literally 0, and hopefully the game cooperates with us. I'm gonna tell them to go more aggressive. I'm not super concerned about my health at the moment, so we'll continue kind of as is. I believe we're gonna get it to a forced in usage very soon. There we go. So one other thing I was thinking about from the challenge perspective is this game is not on the more challenging side of things. Oh, we got an even amount of gold. I got trolled. We got 120, which it's like that's also not a bad gold total, but I still can't do anything with that, I don't think. I am trying to remember what menu was. It was select. Well, we leveled. I might as well take a look to see what skills we learned. Oh, we learned search gold. I mean, that is actually kind of useful for what we're trying to do at the moment. You were saying that this game got a remake that never got localized. Indeed it did. And it's a shame. It came out, I believe, on the PlayStation 2, and it featured a lot of full-length animated cinematics and a ton of skits, and it never came out to the US. It actually had a very in-depth combat system. I had heard rumors, actually just the other day, that they were going to potentially release another Tales game. It wasn't clear if it was, I mean, other than Arise. They were talking about maybe it would be like a collection of kind of thing. People were thinking it could be for Tales of Destiny, but I'm just going to assume that is not the case and continue the playthrough. I mean, it would be nice. Actually, speaking of which. I'm gonna have her search for gold. Hopefully she gives us a... Okay, I think she gave us to an even number. That's a little closer to what I want. Oh, and then we got another... Now we got... Oh, no. It added the 7, I think, to the gold total. I think we're okay there. 624. I still think we're at a weird amount of gold, chat. Hold on, as I double check how much the shops were giving us. This game is cruel, chat, sometimes. It really is. Is there somewhere I could burn money? I'm trying to recall. Let's walk around town for a little bit as I try to refresh my memory of what's actually in this town. No, not interested in those. Maybe there's something I could purchase at the docks. One moment. And if nothing else, I could purchase stuff from the armor store. You see what I mean, chat? Like, most of the money totals are like 0s and 5s. There's a couple where there's 2, right? Like, I could fix this to basically buy 2 gloves, for example. Like, even numbers are not the worst thing ever. Just thinking about what makes the most sense for our party. So if I buy 3 of these, and then 3 of these, I'll have exactly 0. So I could show off alternate dialogue. I need to literally be at 0 for alternate dialogue to work. So there we go, chat. We fixed it. I was just thinking about what we could do to change things around. So we'll go ahead and increase our armor for the time being. So we did actually purchase some upgrades for ourselves, I suppose. broken enough, right, chat? Good enough. So one thing I was thinking about from the challenge standpoint, I think I went on a tangent and never completed the sentence. I was thinking that maybe going forward, I mean, I usually play where I don't usually use items on bosses, for example, so I was wondering if I would offer that up as a challenge to try to do every boss in the game going forward without using any items, other than showing cheese strats. There's like maybe one specific boss I want to use an item just because it would save me a lot of time. But other than that, I don't think we really need items for the rest of the game. I saw also that some people were going as far as to say the enemies didn't do enough damage. So from the standpoint of bosses, they actually just unequip their armor, which is an interesting concept, I will say. I think I could probably do that, question mark. So I'm gonna hopefully use this save file to demonstrate something real quick. This will be a very quick sneak peek into the alternate tales, as it were. I just want to show something and why, like, if I choose not to pick something up, I just want to explain why, and this will be the best showcase coming up into here. Oh, let's retreat from combat. I don't want gold. I just want to show something to you real quick, chat, just so you keep in mind why I did that, then we don't hold off on it for like 40 minutes. Because I would like to talk to the people in Darsheld, excuse me. Make sure... Just taking a look between these. So I could probably just use the first save point that I did. I'm going to override this one. This should be fine. We can return to this when we're ready, rather than walk back through. So normally when you come through here, chat, we get into a conversation. Aaron says, we're finally here. Walt's house is the largest mansion at the back of the village. We can leave, technically. But I would still like to continue near Darsheld. But if we talk to this gentleman, we come across a new character, and his name is Uncle Bob. And he goes, hey, it's you, Blondie. I never thought we'd meet here. Let me help you. I'll give you some money. What do you want to do? So here's an example of where there are a lot of alternate paths I will just describe to some extent to what we should be doing here. So if we accept this offer, he's going to give us 10 gold, which we don't want because we actually want to be at 0 gold. If we refuse, he'll just give us 10 lens, which is always the better choice. Or you could ask for more, which will give you 10 gold and 10 lens. But the problem with doing this option, chat, and why we're not going to do option number 3 is that, well, not only is it a pitiful amount, but he'll dislike us. And that'll cause an item much, much, much later in the game to not appear, because he will not give it to us. So rather than miss out on an accessory, we'll just refuse, because he'll still like us for refusing. So we received our 10 lens. Yes, there's a lot of weird quirks where, like, if you choose not to pick up items or if you choose to answer NPCs in certain ways, you will change items later on in the game. You won't know that unless you've played through it a couple times. That's just an example there, where if I had said no, I would have gotten a much worse item. I think he would have given, like, an antidote charm or something like that, instead of, I think, like a holy talisman or something like that. We'll know in the future. I'll put it that way. The name of the item eludes me at the moment, but it's a very good item, and I would prefer not to lose out on that item arbitrarily. The one thing I just want to kind of point out, chat, that is, if we had gone into the warehouse, if you go to speak to him, he'll say, if you return to Linnea, say hi to Maggie. So you actually skip the option to get any item from him, but fortunately, chat, if you encounter this bug and you happen to have gone to the warehouse, it will treat it as though you've taken the gold or the lens and not the bad option, so it does not lock you out of the item. But you will miss this dialogue. Chat, I have no idea why going to the warehouse modifies that dialogue. I cannot explain it to you why that is the case. I'm just not really sure. But since we could, you know what, since we can actually leave the town, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna save over again. Yeah, at least it isn't like a total game over. I was thinking I was gonna teleport back to town. But you know what? We'll just take the same save file here. It's fine. We'll override. I have a separate file here where I just literally walked into a warehouse, got an orange gel, and left just to showcase. But I think you get the idea. I don't have to use that save file. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna talk to everybody else within the town, and we're gonna avoid pretty much all combat because I don't really want to level. At least not on these enemies. And then we're gonna explore the map a little bit because there's actually quite a few locations we could go to. Even though this game starts off pretty linear, we could get some advanced dialogue just by going to places we shouldn't go to. One of the places we shouldn't be going to first is the capital city. I believe we talked to just a few people here and there. I think we talked to just like the front row of people. That's about it. Hopefully we do not get poisoned by these, because this would be very annoying. I'm gonna walk backwards so they don't get poisoned. I love that she just tried to get that revenge uppercut while retreating. She tried so hard, chat. Let's see, I believe we talked to most of these people here. Yeah, they're talking about Leon Magnus working for the king. If we talk to the old man here. Okay, so he's just telling... Okay, so this man is just telling us if we worship at the temple, we could go northeast along the coastline from here. I'm trying to think if that's an accurate direction. I mean, I think it is very literally northeast to here, but we actually have to go northwest and then northeast, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we raided some of these homes. Like, this location looks familiar to me, for example. And then I got confused by the gulping dog. That sounds about right. So I'm gonna assume I covered the first row of homes. Stand in as many wonderful observations. It's a flower arrangement, chat. Oh, there's a trash can here. Good job, Stan. Or excuse me, Blondie. Cat says, meow. What do you have to say, old man? Grandpa says, you bird monsters used to be cute little birds, you know. I wonder why they became so violent. What do you have to say, boy in a rabbit costume, I think? I was attacked by Pio birds on the way to Janos, but I still like the birdies. Mother says, I have to go pray at the temple for our safety. There we go, little boys in his rabbit pajamas. Mate says, I know all about the royal staff. For example, the scholars at the castle look like a bunch of zombies, but they're really brilliant. They put their minds to it. They can easily make weapons strong enough to destroy the castle with one blow. Well, that's rather specific information, but sure, we'll keep in mind that the scientists can create weapons of mass destruction. I'm sure that won't be a plot point later, chat. We'll just acknowledge that and move on. Okay, so they're saying the mansion in the town's owned by the head honcho of the Oberon Corporation. It's the company that makes a lot of dough from their lens products. There we go, chat. We've acquired a few items that have mentioned the Oberon Corporation at this point, and now we've actually found where their headquarters are, or at least where their mansion is. Girl says, I'm going to my granny's house in Harmens. Of course, I'm carrying my short sword for protection. Oh no, we talked to her. I remember that. Yeah, overthrow the monarchy, indeed. The woman questioning whether she should move to a new town. Talking about ships departing. Guess we could check the weapons store real quick. Not that we could purchase anything. Oh, actually, I think we did purchase short swords here. I'll take that back, because we saw, for example, the gem rod was there. But we can't do anything with that yet. That's for a party member we do not have. Do not believe we've been in BB's Tavern. We'll start with the bottom left, I suppose. Young man says, big luck hasn't been on my side lately, so a fortune teller tells me that my name was bad luck. She told me to change my name, but I can't change my name as if I were changing my socks. Well, your name's Young Man. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could change that easily. Woman says, when he gets really drunk, he always really wants to go to the harbor for some reason. I don't want him to jump into the ocean. wonder if we should move to the mountainside. So we have Macho Dude. He goes, yo, check out this buff bod out. Ain't it beautiful? I guess we could say yes. Damn straight, I'm totally ripped. Thank you, Macho Man. Young man says, there's a house in the north part of the town that belongs to the president of Oberon Corporation. There's a very cute servant girl named Marion, I think. Ooh, we're being introduced to characters that'll be relevant in the future, chat. Grandpa says, boy, howdy, I was a soldier at the castle when I was a youngin'. Shucks, we couldn't relax and shoot the breeze like this back then. Woman says, I'm from a town called Cresta. I like it here because there's lots of fun things to do. If you go east and across the bridge, you'll find Cresta. We'll actually be going there very soon. So she's saying there's some steep mountains along the way, so you'll need to go around them. So we will actually go there, but we won't go there. And you'll understand what I mean when we get closer to there. But we'll acknowledge there's another city called Cresta. Fortune teller says, I can tell your fortune by looking at your face. Do you want me to take a look at your face too? Sure. Why not, chat? Why not? These sharp eyes and eyebrows show that you're not using your brain. I mean, this seems like an accurate prediction so far, chat. Okay, let's see. Ah, I see now. Didn't you have something you need to deliver? Oh, is she actually the plot guidance? I don't think I've ever talked to her before, chat. Anne says, what I want from a fortune teller is the weather forecast. You say so, man. Can we not talk to the bartender? We can't sit on the stool. Trevor says, if you want the best accommodations in town, stay at the luxurious Velvet Garden. A gorgeous room awaits you. We're just breaking and entering in all the homes, chat. Listen, we have to check the toilets. The mirror is well polished. It's a flower arrangement. I feel like that one's gonna be pretty common. We're gonna hear it's a flower arrangement quite often. Bebe's bar for the sophisticated you. It's fine. We own the place. We have to check the bathrooms for gels, chat. It's the Tales tradition. Hope both of you doing well. I don't think I asked the question earlier. Nero and Chris. Oh, I think Chris I asked a little earlier. Yep, it's definitely still a flower arrangement. Oh, hey, somebody's actually in here this time. Woman says, my husband hasn't returned since he went to the bathroom. What did she do to him? Unless he's at the bar or something. Lunsensor says, the other day I found a small silver disc-like thing near Janos. I didn't understand what the darn thing was, so I ended up selling it cheap to a merchant. Kinda wishing I didn't part with it. It could be something really valuable. That merchant must be in Sharik by now. That's another location we're gonna go to very soon, actually. I'm sure Rudy's very confused at our obsession with the flower arrangements. Like, look, it's a flower arrangement. We have to denote that it's a flower arrangement. I think we found the inn portion of the inn. That guy's a question. Chat, I don't think I have ever been in this building before in any of my playthroughs. I'm gonna be honest with you. Greedy Man says, I should take home all the towels and toiletries from the room. What? I'm not taking any furniture from the hotel. Guilty, chat, guilty. There's a laundry basket here. Oh, we can't get by to investigate the other rooms. What do you have to say, man, with the question mark? Where was my room? Oh, maybe that's the husband that got lost. So many bathrooms to check, chat. Look at this. I was trying to figure out where the door was. There it is. It was lower than I thought it was. What do you have to say, maid? This place is huge, so please don't get lost. It is actually really huge. Again, I don't think I've ever been in this building, chat. There could be items in here I've never found. We might as well as explore it together, since this is a new experience for me. Like, look how big this place is. Listen, chat, we still have to check the toilets. Also, by the way, chat, it's a flower arrangement. Let's see. Oh, somebody new is in here. Woman says, this town is a good halfway point on the way to the Streley's temple. He's not wrong, it is probably halfway between the two villages. Oh, he has no comments on the plans? Whoa, look at this area, chat. I'm now in the west wing. I sneak up on the... Oh, I can't sneak up on the merchant. Listen, chat, we have to check out the toilets. I think we started in the east wing. We have now completed our circuit of the inn. I'll tell him places, hey kid, don't do that. Kid? He is a kid. I mean, we just keep looking at flower arrangements and breaking into rooms. Listen, he's got a problem. He has to know if it's a flower arrangement or not. He has to confirm it to himself. How much did you want to rest here, not that we have any gold? 70? No. Actually, speaking of which, what happens if we actually talk to him when we have no gold? That's something else I don't think I've ever seen. Let's witness the dialogue. Oh, he just tells us we don't have enough money. Makes sense. This is where it puts you. Oh, this is very far over from where we were. Interesting. Yeah, chat, we started in this door, and we went all the way over the bridge. Interesting, interesting. Might as well talk to these people. Ruby says, what am I talking about? Of course I'm talking about the 7 generals, of course. Fangirl says, you know, I could really relate to General Ashley's style. It's not weird. Lover Girl says, I just love General Vims. He's only interested in swordsmanship. He's so masculine. Perky Girl says, General Molina is very beautiful, of course. Hello, merchant. Excuse me, peddler. Yeah, big city is great. There's so many easy suckers. I mean customers. It's well worth my time to scam, to do business here. Very trustworthy individual. Young foreigner says, people in this town, no, in this country are so religious. Although there are temples in Calavis and religion is practiced there, people aren't very obsessed about religion. Gourmet shop. Traveler says, cities are full of different goodies. If you're traveling far, it may be a good idea to stock up on some things. Equipment shop of heavenly peace. Says, yo, how's it going? We could purchase some... Oh, holy bottles. I actually kind of want holy bottles. Hold on a second, chat. Could I sell something for some easy holy bottles that are in denominations of 40? I mean, I could sell the channeling, which does sell for a lot of gold in case you're not playing for multiplayer. But I prefer to hold on to that as there's a very limited supply of those. Let's see. What was the I already forgot. Short-term memory. Alright, so if I sell for 200, let me just get rid of all my orange gels. I don't need them at the moment. If I need to repurchase them, I can do so. Actually, is there a better item for that? Let me think about this. Actually, I guess if I'm doing an alternate save, this doesn't matter. For a trick I want later, I actually want a lot of orange gels. I'm on the fence. I'll hold off for now, actually. We'll get money later. Grandpa says, the soldiers of the castle also come here to buy things. I was thinking about it, chat. In order to do a trick later, I do want a lot of orange gels, but it might make more sense for me to make another thing later on. Oh, this place sells the sea bass. Interesting, interesting, chat. I feel like this is one of the things in my notes. One moment, chat. I am trying to recall, chat. There is something weird about one of these items. Oh, no, I'm thinking a sea bream. Okay, chat, so we'll ignore this for now. There's one specific fish I'm trying to recall, and it's the sea bream, that has a hidden secondary food effect. That is actually really, 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 really broken, but they do not sell it at this particular shop. And I got confused because they both started with C. Saying channeling is a consumable, not a key item. No, it's just an accessory. You could sell basically anything anywhere. Like if I go into the accessory menu, for example, I could just equip it. It doesn't come with any stats. Yeah, I don't have to literally go to like the equipment store to sell different items. Woman asks if we've ever met the president of the Oberon Corporation. People who live here rarely see him, but he's so cool and stylish. Any woman who becomes his wife will be the luckiest girl in the world. We'll see about that. She'll be able to use as much money and lens as she wants. Well, that's... I mean, I guess I can't disagree with that, per se. Oh, that was an exit to the town. I forgot. So only the east entrance has the docks and things we could explore. Now, technically, we've talked to Uncle Bob already, so the bugs should no longer impact us. Girl says travel by sea isn't cheap, but oh, we talked to her before. I remember this much. We can talk to the fruit vendor and just take a look what he has. Nothing of interest here. This guy, I think, just sold like very low level equipment and we were not interested in it whatsoever. It'd be funny if it turned out to be not interested in women. I'm curious if they would do that for a Tales game in the future, if Tales of Arise did something like that. Dashing Old Man says, when I was young, I was a sailor who broke many women's hearts. Oh, we talked to him before. Trying to figure where we left off with the conversations here. Not too shabby. Started working on the cargo ships. I'd like to have some foxy young gals as passengers. Oh, we're teasing him for saying the word foxy. So yeah, this is such a tease. If we see Seabream, I'll show you why it's broken at some point. We'll probably use it a little bit in the standard playthrough, but we won't abuse it to the extent that the game would probably do. So just to briefly explain it, chat, that item is one of the few items that has a secondary effect, and that secondary effect is to increase your character's luck. And luck in this game is really, really important for getting the crits, but it also impacts things like how much gold you can find with Search Gold. So technically, if you pump her luck to the stratosphere, you could start like retrieving like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gold, if not thousands, every time she does the Search Gold skill. It's a very cheesy way of making money. But it also leads to completely absurd damage, because you'll just auto-crit everything. So we will acknowledge that that is a tactic you could do in this game, but we will try not to use it other than just to showcase it. Let's see, I don't think we talked to the captain at any point. Captain says, the ship is heading for Calavies, but... Hey, Blondie, we're not going on the ship, right? Okay, fine. Herman says, if you want to travel by boat, ask the captain. That is a fast mouse. Macho Man, as opposed to Macho Dude, says, many monsters used to be tame animals. They became violent because they swallowed lands. This mouse you see here is just an ordinary mouse right now, but when it starts acting weird, it ain't gonna be a pretty sight. Yeah, they do move very quickly. So I believe since we've talked to Uncle Bob, we could go ahead and do the warehouse puzzles. Crewman says, our customers are always so selfish these days. Come on, get out of here. Stop it, you're blocking the entrance. So chat, when you come in here as a new player, you'll kind of come in here and you'll go, I don't see a puzzle. And then you might try to do that, and then you go, what's this? And then you check the entrance. You got the pee bottle. We could get so many items from this, chat. Listen, if we need to sell things for cash, I was also thinking this is probably the best way to do it. Like, look at this puzzle. This is just silly. Just get infinite items, chat. Oh, we got a green gel? Why not? I just want you to know. You're not supposed to know how to solve these puzzles necessarily. Oh, we got an orange gel. I actually want those for the future. Note to self, the prizes here are currently random. This, I feel, is like one of the fastest puzzles, so I just end up doing this repeatedly for different items. Hey, we got a melange gel. That's one of the better gels in the game. Why not, chat? We'll just do this for a couple minutes. Now, there is an item we can acquire much later called the Lantern, and that'll show red outlines and where the boxes should go to do them. But if you're aware of this because you've played to the end of the game, or you just arbitrarily decided to do that... Oh, I think we ran out of prizes. I think the game got mad at us. Oh no, we got it again. There's actually a few different puzzle solutions. I'm not sure if they net us anything differently at the moment, but let's try a different set of puzzle solutions. Yeah, so basically, in any given warehouse, there's more than one solution. So we saw that one's pretty abusable. But chat, there's yet another configuration you could do. So we did the one where the two boxes were like that. So if we could push it like that, or chat, there's one other way we could do it. For random items, that is. We can also push up, and that will also cause us to get more items. So you could see, like, if we really need items to sell, I mean, we could get infinite money this way. There's one other special solution, though. So this is one where I definitely had to double check what the solution was. So there are specific configurations in the room that will net you a secret item. So you heard that time there was like a click on the floor. This is the one you can find just by playing around with the boxes. You could just slide a box around until you hear it. Hear that, chat? Got 2 clicks. Now we've acquired an elixir. So we could get to some pretty early access items, which is pretty amusing. Getting extra Panacea bottles is pretty good. Melange gel is probably one of the better items we could acquire at this point in time, just because that is health and TP. What was the other thing we acquired? The elixir. A strange medicine that completely restores HP and TP. Now, chat, there are multiple warehouses here, so I just want to point this out. So that was warehouse number 1 on the left. Let's go to warehouse number 2. So you can see this is a significantly bigger place. But let's just go ahead and push it into the positions for the different rewards. You can hear there's a click there. And if we were to move this box, we could hear there's a click there as well. Go ahead, chat. We're going to put these 2 boxes next to each other arbitrarily up there. We acquired the Miracle Gel. Now, there's one other place we can position these boxes for rewards, and rather than just doing random items over and over and over again, let's go for the set reward where you can only get it once. Be around here somewhere, chat. There we go. Like diagonal of the pillar posts. There we go. We're getting items we definitely probably shouldn't know about. We got something called an R Savory, which is a very interesting item. Let's take a look at it, chat. It says, medicinal herb that increases maximum TP by 10%. Now, it might be very tempting to use this item immediately to take advantage of it, but it's probably best to hold off on these until pretty much the end of the game. Because a lot of these boosts are percentage-based, in particular, I think the HP and the TP ones. So once we start getting closer to 500, 600 TP, I mean, it's literally adding, up to 60 TP, whereas if we used it now, it would only add at most 6 on one of our characters, maybe 7. So we're gonna hold off onto that item for a very long period of time, and then we'll just max our stats. So yeah, we'll choose not to get greedy with it. So we're confronted with 2 more boxes yet again, chat. Let's go ahead and push it all the way up here for configuration 1. There we go, chat. Let's go ahead and acquire this chest. Got yet another Miracle Gel. And finally, we have to do, I believe, 2 boxes diagonal right from my memory. Let's listen for the sound, chat. Exactly, there we go. a little too far over. I'm gonna have to push it. There we go. And we're gonna get the last reward here. We got an Hourglass, which I think is a new item. We've not seen it before. Hourglass. This item temporarily stops enemy movement during battle. This item is pretty strong. We can set up for some really nasty things with the Hourglass, and I believe it works on bosses. Later Tales games do nerf this, so it basically doesn't work on anything. I mean, you saw Berseria's Hourglass, like how much of a joke of an item that is. But in the older Tales games, this item is very, very strong. So we'll have to decide when or if we're going to end up using it. You know what, chat? Let's just go get some more random items from the other warehouse, because again, this one is probably the fastest one to get random items in the game. We might as well just get a few more, right, chat? Got another orange gel? Awesome. Actually, this makes the trick I'm gonna do later way easier. I might even just make a save file with this one in the alternate saves. Got a melange gel. Oh, now I could definitely do the trick. I only need like 5 orange gels, I think. So the fact that we have at least 5 of those plus the melange gels means we're doing pretty good. And some backup life bottles doesn't hurt for what I want to show later. Amazing, chat. I got basically everything I wanted from that. I can't believe it, chat. We're all the way at 7 orange gels. We have 2 miracle gels, which are just super TP recoveries, and we have 4 melange gels. So I'm feeling pretty good for our orange gel count for something later. Like the bird squawks when you walk near it. Freeman says our customers... Oh, no, we talked to him. Wow, he really traveled. He was like in the upper left. He threw me off. Freeman says, I'm tired of working on... Oh no, this guy also moved over. Wow, they really roam. I thought they were new people, chat. I was like, wait a minute. Freeman says, the ship won't depart yet. Oh, where does this guy go, according to this? Sorry, but the ship is being repaired. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't let you progress the plot too quickly. You know what, chat? We're just gonna save over every file here. This should be fine. And what I'll end up doing, chat, is I'll probably move some of these save files to an alternate memory card, because unfortunately I can only have 3 saves at once. And for the alternate Tales kind of timeline that I think will start tomorrow, I would like to use these saves. So I'm just gonna save nothing but our current save session in this memory card. Let's see, I think we're good to go in terms of items. So we acquired quite a lot, and that will just make life a lot easier. Oh, we're in something called Hugo's Mansion. Well, we were told the Oberon Corporation comes here. Oh, we love the well-polished mirrors, chat. I like the photorealistic portrait that's up here. Not really sure why it's like that, but sure. I mean, I guess we could just break into a mansion early, chat. It's fine. We don't need to be given permission to come in here, even though he won't let us raid the many drawers. We don't have permission for the drawers, chat. Shouldn't snoop around. Hera says, I say demons. Something like that. I don't think he has anything interesting to say about these areas. Let's look for people. This is a big mansion. Why are there no people here? I know why some people aren't here currently, but there should at least be like maids and things here somewhere. There we go. Housemate says, oh, it's my turn tonight. Blondie says, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's such a pain to cook dinner. Housemate says, Master Rembrandt is nice, but sometimes he can be really moody. I feel like that's a good name for the character of the mansion. I'm gonna put it up there, chat. I'm gonna hold that name for now. That is a new name thought. So I think right now going for the 4th character, I believe we have the names of Razor, and I'm gonna put Moody as well as one of the choices. Housemate says, Marion takes care of Master Leon. I'd like to be by my Master Leon's side too. I'm envious of Marion. Okay, we heard Marion mentioned before. Hey, what are you doing here? You can't just barge in here without an appointment. Like, yes, we can. We do whatever we want, except for open drawers without permission. Housemaid says, Master Hugo's appointments are all in the afternoon today. Oh, you're not a guest of Master Hugo? Are you Master Hugo's guest? No. It's an expensive-looking painting. Oh, he doesn't have any comments on the actual content of the painting itself. We have like a miniature bar over here. Guys living the life, chat. Okay. See, that time I touched the fireplace and my character said ouch, and then he did the sweat marks and ran away from it. Always enjoyed those little touches, chat. I think we've been basically everywhere then. I don't think there's anything for us to see at the moment. Oh, I don't know if we've been over here, actually. It's a magnificent bathtub. It's a magnificent toilet. That is very magnificent. Oh, okay, now I know where we are. There's a couple rooms I think we haven't been to. Yeah, because we came through here. Exactly. Okay. Let's just loop around. We should be fine. So we're done with the mansion for now. We'll be coming back here for plot reasons at some point. Lens Hunter says, I wonder if I could meet the president of Oberon Corporation. I think we will at some point. Newlywed woman says, I always wanted to live in Darsheld if I got married. Or Darshid? I'm not really sure. I wanted to live here because I wanted to be in a cosmopolitan setting. That is such a strange sentence. Chad, have you ever heard anybody say they wanted to live in a cosmopolitan setting? I think that's the first time I've ever heard it used in that kind of way. It's gonna shake my head, chat. Young husband says, I always wanted to live in Armedia when I got married. I want to raise my kids close to nature. Well, they're very much opposite viewpoints. I think we've investigated most of the places at this point. Child asks us, is your haircut in style now? I think it shucks. Wow, we just got dunked on by little child, chat. Woman from Cresta says, did you come from far away too? I'm from the town of Cresta. I came here to worship the Straley's temple. Well, we'll be making a save point outside of this town, so we don't have to do the trek multiple times, but we'll make a save file here, and then we'll travel to Cresta in a moment. Let's see what happens if we try going to the castle, because they did mention that there is a castle here. Female soldier says, General Molina is one of the 7 generals, even though she's a woman. I want to work hard and become successful too. Soldier says, no one can enter the castle unless he or she has permission. Now go away. No permission yet, chat. Okay, this man says, a long time ago, this country was continuously at war with Aquavale in the northeast. Everything seems to be peaceful now, but I wonder how long this will last. Okay, we got a little bit of a lore there. So I think we are well equipped for what we need to do. So we've now finished talking to just about everybody. Let's go ahead and save along here. We're just going to teleport back to the save file when we're good and ready. So if we take a look at the map, it might be a little hard to see to some extent, but there are little red dots on the radar, like there's one directly to the east of us signifying the city. There's one slightly to the northwest of us, which we'll head to in a moment. But more importantly, if we head along south here, we could go this way for it. Yeah, exactly. We can kind of loop around the mountains and reach another red dot. Now, we can't really do anything at this next location, but I'd like to acknowledge that it's there. Oh, hey, wolves. Goodbye, wolves. It is faster to run than to fight, chat. We're gonna go ahead and walk around the mountains like they suggested in the town itself. But we got denied, chat. Try this again. We can retreat. Away we go. So, if we try to go to Cresta early, because they did teach us how to go here, this happens. Karen says, I have a bad feeling about this. Let's not go here. What? Come on, let's get out of here. And you get denied the town, chat. No items for you. Karen says we are not ready for this. Also realized that this game is quite old and there is no load. I have to remember that these things are like this on the PS1. So I'm trying to think if it's faster to walk back or just reset the PS3. You know what? Well, let's just walk back then, because it's not a big time save. So we have to still wait for the PlayStation logo and things like that. At several points later on in the story, if we backtrack to certain locations while we have new party members, we will actually get hidden scenes. I think it's a little too early to get our first hidden scene. I'm just double checking that as we walk around. I'll just kind of hold down here, we should be good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Dodge all of the bees. We are not interested in them. Goodbye, bees. The worst thing that can happen is if those bees poison us, because that will cost us a Panacea bottle, which would be very unfortunate if it did happen at this point in time. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue walking back to where we were before. We can also take a look to the north, as I said before. There's one other dot we can go to early. We can see what happens if we do try to travel here. Let's go ahead and retreat, John. Goodbye, enemies. We do not care about you. Fortunately, once we go to this town, we'll be able to go ahead and purchase holy bottles to reduce encounter rate. I could have gone back and technically bought some with some of the items we acquired, but not entirely necessary. We just came across our media village. Young man says, oh, you're going to Starly's temple, right? The village is the last stop before the temple, so we know that anyone dressed like travelers are usually worshippers. Man says, Adamani is our most revered goddess. It's outrageous that we can't go and worship our goddess at the temple. That says meow. Cloud says, they told me not to go out of the village. It's so boring. Now, one thing I want to be careful about, as I said before, chat, is there are some weird bugs kind of coming through here, so I'm just double checking something just so I don't mess something up later. Sorry about the pauses. I think there's any bug in this particular area. I'm just double checking. No, I think we're good, we're good. Oh, there's no fire in the fireplace. Speak to him. John says, my boss is practicing his sword technique now. Don't even interrupt. Brit says, heroes rule number 1. You must always stand out. Oh no, chat. For those of you that played Symphonia, I think he'll be shouting Dwarven Vow number 1. Village Chief's grandson says, yeah. Oh, you again. You want to become one of my students too? Well, whatever the case, don't bother me. Okay, let's study the hero's magnificent retreat next. Village Chief's grandson says, I'm training with a genuine hero. You can watch, but don't bother me. Billy says, shush, will you just be quiet? Is it over yet? Oh, it's not. Then don't wake me. So we found the Lens Hunter gang yet again, chat. Village Chief's daughter says, the so-called hero that my father hired is nothing but a 2-bit phony. Despite this, my father and my son are acting like they're walking on air. Poor woman. Village Chief says, I found a group of famous swordsmen. Agreed to take my grandson under their wings. I'm so proud of my grandson. Yeah, there we go. There's the Dwarven Vows. I figured they'd trickle in eventually. So, we'll be seeing a little bit of grid here and there throughout the game. I think that's kind of a nice touch. Sunset Inn. Ventura says there's supposed to be books around the world that can improve your sword technique 100 times better. They're called the Sacred Texts, but I've never seen one. I wonder if they really exist. Spoiler, they really exist. Oh, Blondie says yow while touching the fireplace. Blondie saying we'll bring the meal to the room if you so desire. Yeah, I'm just making sure we're not in the other village. So there's actually another weird bug that I'll discuss when we go to the other location. But I think for now, that's all we have to talk to. Our media village, I think, is okay as is. There's nothing we have to worry about messing around with the town. Let's take a look at the store real quick to see what they offer. General store, Traveler Pal. Excuse me, just Travel Pal. You could get things like wooden shields for other characters, but it's fine. Hey, life bottles actually sell for a lot. Wow, the Miracle Gels sell for 500. Not that I would want to do that for that much money at the moment, but hey, at least it's good to know if we do need some quick cash, we could just go back to that warehouse. Just repeatedly do that over and over. I think we get more gold from doing that than actually fighting anything here, as long as you just get, like, life bottles. Because you get, like, what, 120 gold for, like, a 15-second fight, but you can make, like, 200 gold in the same amount of time just going to the warehouse. Woman says, I heard a rumor that a man-eating monster lives near the mountain path to the temple. I wonder if it's true. I'm gonna say kind of true to that statement. Woman says, Grandma here likes to sleep. She doesn't wake up easily once she falls asleep. Ooh, this place is looking a little dilapidated. The old woman is sleeping. It's a cooking stove. There are some dishes here. Oh, the sheep don't say ba. Shepherd says, sheep really calm me down. I start to doze off when I start to count them little critters. Young man says, I haven't seen the Draconis in the skies recently. I used to see it up close and personal because it takes off and lands nearby in Darsheed. Or Darylsheed, I suppose. Grandpa says it's better not to go to the temple now. I'm sure that Adamani would approve. We should value all life, even your own. They're warning us it's dangerous to go there. Granddaughter says, I have to cook up a meal. For the cats? Yes, for the cats too. Oh, there are so many cats, chat. Grandpa says, I just love cats. They're so cute. You say so, Grandpa. Grandma says, there are some legendary cooks somewhere in the world. These cooks are supposed to make magnificent dishes that no one can match. I'm now thinking about it. Is this game the first game with the Wonder Chefs, or is it just the next game that has the Wonder Chefs? Because that is also a reoccurring thing in a lot of the Tales games, except for Berseria and Zestiria. Well, we might as well save another save file, so I'm just gonna make another safety save here. So what happens if we do try going to the northeast? Oh, we apparently get into combat. It's not quite what I was looking for, chat. We're taking the... Chat, those are not owls. Excuse me. Excuse me. Owls are not shaped like that. Nice try, bottom right-hand corner. Those are clearly vultures. You could try to pass them off as owls, but they are not shaped the same. Yeah, definitely an owlture. That would be closer to being accurate. Yeah, this is a location you wouldn't really know to go to unless you've played before, or I guess if you really explore around. You could technically walk this way. Again, we're just gonna continually retreat from combat. We're not interested in fighting. If we want experience, there's better things we could be fighting. Plus, it'll make the game a bit more challenging if we just avoid combat. Aaron asks, what are you doing? What? Don't play dumb. We're going to Harments, aren't we? Why are we here? Well, oh, stop it and let's go. Let's go to Harments, okay? Yeah, I got it. Oh, we are denied a dungeon, chat. Snakes still bother you too. Oh, okay, so we might as well just continue back to where we came from. Chat's already had it with Karen. Chat is snapped. That's all I learned. We're gonna be hearing a lot of dialogue from Karen, but maybe chat will feel different about Karen as we get further into the game. Oh, she actually did an uppercut into a block. Interesting. So chat, we've now explored just about everything I think that we could see this early in the game. So let's actually progress the plot. I know it's forbidden. I feel like we've been avoiding it for a while, but we should probably do just a little bit of the plot. Ooh, this is gonna be kind of hard to dodge. Go more in the middle and then hold block. Like she just Tiger Blade and run. Feels appropriate. I'm gonna go around the mountains here. There's a little red dot indicating the city that we've been avoiding for now. Let's see, chat. We've almost done it. Goodbye, enemies. Don't worry, chat. We will sell some of the items we got as well as use some of the lens we acquired earlier to get some holy bottles. I feel like the encounter rate is not so bad out here. It was definitely much worse in the forest comparatively. So I'm going to make a save here. And the reason I want to do that is because I'm probably going to reference these later in a different save. Let's just do a big wipe. I think we've seen everything that we should see. Should be fine. Let's re-enter the town. So one thing I wanted to note, chat, is that there are a couple of homes here that if we go in them, it actually messes up treasure chests later in the game. So what I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna investigate these homes to show you what's in them. There's really nothing of interest, but we will avoid going into them because there's a very weird bug. I don't know why entering this house affects items, for example. Young man says, in Darshield, there are several generals who manage this massive army. One of the 7 generals is a woman. I bet she's as big as a bear. Village girl says, I hear that there's a swordsman named Leon at Darshield Castle. He's supposed to be very young and handsome. And he's so powerful that he's the only candidate worthy to replace one of the 7 generals. If he becomes a general, I bet that he'll become very popular. But I haven't heard that this will happen anytime soon. And there's like a weird doll we can move around. I'm not really sure what the doll does or if this is a reference to Fantasia that I have not played. Girl says, there's a way to move that heavy bush baby statue by the wall. I think it has something to do with the circle and direction buttons or something like that. But I'm not sure. See, I feel it's weird we're getting a tutorial for that because we already had to move the boxes to progress out of the Draconis, so I'm not really sure why there's another tutorial there. I don't know if they intended for this to do something else, but I mean, I guess we could move it. One other village home I want to take a look at, because I forget if I think it's literally this one, but just in case, let's also check this house real quick. It's a penguin. Village girl says, people say a fool never catches a cold, but I think it's a lie. Besides, I've never caught a cold in my life. Oh, I think she self-burned herself. The child says, ow, I have a cold. And nothing too much of interest here, chat. So I guess what I'm gonna do... Let me think about this. Well, I guess we can talk to the little boy that's over here. Rabbit says, oh, you found me. I'll give you this, so don't tell me when I'm here. You receive a life bottle. So I guess I could show off what normally happens, since this will be the alternate playthrough. Let's go ahead and sell some items so that we do have some gold, since I don't want to carry this play file forward at this point. I guess I never really talked about the lens exchanger either, so since we're here and we need to get gold, I'm just going to show you something. So you can see right now his rate is 4 gold. If we just leave the building and come back outside of the first place we go to, that should change his rate. Yeah, see now it went from 4 to 5. Now you can keep doing this, chat. The highest amount of gold ratio you can get from these people is 10 gold. Oh well, they're being stubborn. They went 5, whatever, I don't care. Yeah, there's like really weird quirks with the game. It's not like it's gonna impact the play file in like a large way, but it's just like one of those weird things where, like, I don't know why entering a house or leaving a house will make items get checked off as though you viewed them. It's weird. Tales of Destiny has really weird bugs. They're not like things you can easily clip in like a montage, but it's just one of those things where if you know about it, it's just kind of funny. I don't know why this impacts the chest like 12 hours from now, but it does. I'm not really sure why. So chat, we're gonna come here while we have gold, right? So I just want to show you the dialogue. The kid asks us, hey, do you want a treasure? And we can say yes. He says, okay, we'll give it to you. So you're probably thinking like, oh, you know, I have a couple thousand gold at this point if I've been fighting constantly. You know, I picked up some items. And then I'm like, oh, it's just an orange gel. That's not really too big of a deal. And then the kid blocks you. Says, you stole the treasure. I'm not going to let you out of here. Blondie says, wait, I was wrong. You could say, are you sorry? Guess I could say yes. All right, fork over 110 gold and we'll call it even. Blondie says, are you nuts? Okay. Then why don't you stay here for the rest of your life? But no more negotiation. You gotta pay? Guess we could say yes. Evil punk. We say, damn it. And you actually could just lose your money there, chat. You could lose a lot of money that way, and that is a very mean thing that the game does to you. But let's go ahead and reset the game, as we're gonna have the last laugh with that character. So we're gonna show you what happens if you come with 0 gold. Yeah, that I remember from Tales of Destiny. That I don't need to look up. Little boy will just mug you, chat. It's kind of rude. Let's go ahead and restart the game and see what happens. We'll scamp through. Produced by Namco. Thank you, Namco. Give the game a moment to load the memory card. Awesome. We're just gonna go back to where we were before, and this will be the official playthrough file again. So we're gonna avoid going into the eastern houses. We will acknowledge that they are there. We've already talked to Uncle Bob. You should have something positive to say. Exactly. So again, we'll avoid the houses. The only thing I have to reacquire is this particular item. We're now at 0 gold. Actually, one other thing I want to point out, chat, that I forgot to point out in the other stream. So technically, we acquired a passport, and it made, like, the item get sound, but we actually don't hold the passport anywhere. I don't know if that's a bug or an oversight. Because if you remember, we couldn't leave the town because we didn't have a passport, and even now we still don't have a passport. Well, joke's on you, little kid. We have 0 gold. So let's see what happens if we acknowledge him this time and take his treasure. We can say we're sorry. Just give me back what you stole, then I'll let you go. Blondie says, you told me to get the item. He says, okay, why don't you waste the rest of your life here? Nope. So one thing we could do, chat, just to troll him, we could just use the orange shell. I think this will count. Oh, maybe because I still have more orange gels. Oh, okay, so it backfired a little bit. Okay, we're still gonna go for alternate dialogue. So, unfortunately, the game has not considered that we had multiple orange gels, but don't worry, chat, there is a way around this, I believe. Let's just troll him for a little bit. We can always get orange gel later. What happens if you then use and/or consume the last orange gel and talk to him again? Blondie says, I don't have it anymore. That's awful, you're so stupid. We make him mad and he runs away. Blondie says, I guess I did something wrong. You control him different ways, chat. It is very amusing. Again, if we really need the orange gel, I can always go back to a different save file, as I said before. I just want to make sure a save file has the orange gel. Ooh. Trying to do a countdown for hide and seek and skipping numbers. That's never a good sign, chat. I'm just taking a look at what we have overall. Oh, we still have so many items. We're so good. Go ahead and talk to this old lady. I look forward to seeing my grandchild from Darshi. Oh, that's... Oh, the little girl that was armed with the sword, I guess, is gonna come here at some point. I guess we'll keep that in mind, chat. So I think we've seen just about everything that we should go and do. We made a little boy cry, so objective attained, chat. Man says, the other day, a thief who tried to break into the treasure room in the king's palace was arrested and executed. They say he was really a lens hunter. It's so silly to die for the treasures in the palace. It's a little concerning. Old man says, I want a snack. What a beautiful day, says old woman. What do you have to say, girl? I wonder if I should become a lens hunter. Then I could travel all over the world and get rich. Child says, the treasure box is gone, so I'm bored. It's your stupid fault. No, he's trolling us. Get out of here, little child. No, let me free. Okay, there we go. Chickens. I think that's supposed to be a cluck, but it sounds very strange. Man says, Daryl Sheed is east of here, and if you go northwest from here, you'll see the town of Armedia. Straight-Lee's temple is further north from at the edge of these islands. Okay, so you'll get a slight hint as to where the temple is. Lady says, we could see the Straight-Lee's temple from here on a clear day. I feel as if we're protected by Adamani. Okay, so we're now in a mansion. That is a very deep bark. Let's talk to the different people here. Maid says, move it, out of my way. Other maid says, say, do you smell something burning? Maid says, our master eats a lot, so we use a lot of plates. Oh, I'm so busy. Well, we see very... Oh, he's got sunglasses on. Look at that, chat. You know he's a thug. Bodyguard says, oi, you ain't passing through here, you got it? This ain't no place for punks like ya. Punk, you talking to me? Are you talking to me? No, punk. You want a piece of me, you little punk? Oh, we got destroyed instantly, chat. My, oh my, we bring something important for Walt, and all we get for our troubles is this lousy welcome? Boy, then why didn't you say so in the first place? Big boss be waiting upstairs. Ow. And then we cuss at him. Man, you got smacked around for nothing. You're not very bright, are you? I mean, she's not wrong. Our character is kind of dumb. Big boss be waiting for you. Secretary says, who am I? I'm Master Walt's secretary. Stop giving Karen reasons to sass you, Blondie. I mean, unfortunately, I think he's going to be giving quite a lot throughout the game. I think we've come across Old Man Walt here. Let's speak to him now. Walt says, hey, Karen, you brought what you promised, right? Did you? Man, you're so predictable. You're exactly like what I heard. First things first, give me the item. All right, take it. Karen gave the old cane to Walt. Now you get what you wanted. Well, it's my turn to get paid for my work. Oh, sorry, wrong person spoke there. So she's just asking for money, so Walt says, fine, wait a minute. He was going over to the plant, and he says, here you go. Karen received 5,000 gold. Hey, wait. What? What do you mean, what? Do you seriously think I'd be happy with this little money? I bet I gotta get at least 50,000 gold if I put this thing up for auction. Hey, what are you doing? Karen got another 5,000 gold. Well, I'll let you go this time. Now, just a minute, Karen. I made a reservation at the inn for you, and I was even gonna wine and dine you to thank you for your work. And then you pull this fast one on me? You've got some nerve biting the hand that feeds you. Whatever. Thanks for taking care of our accommodations. We'll make sure to stay at the inn. See ya. Have a nice life. Come on, we're going, Blondie. Blondie just states, she's a witch. We look over our money total, chat. We're now at 10,000 gold. That's always nice. Oh, chat, could you imagine if you got that 10,000 gold and then you went to the little boy and he took your money? Because that could completely happen, by the way. That is so horrible when that happens. That's just like, give up and reset. Just get wrecked. Oh man, this game definitely controls you in different ways. Well, for plot reasons, we're not going to be allowed to leave here. I believe if we do try to go to the village entrance, we'll say, why not stay at the inn or something similar. Karen says, as long as we're here, we might as well stay at the inn. Pretty close. So chat, believe it or not, we're almost at the point where you could get an alternate ending, but I think we'll save that for tomorrow. We will acknowledge an alternate ending is about to happen, though. Old man says, where's the hot spring? Oh, I don't think we talked to some people in here. Yeah, we could get the bad ending pretty quickly. Woman says, they have no more rooms available. What should I do? Now, chat, and the question I have for you is, in order to get the alternate ending, which is one of the earliest endings you could get in the game. Actually, this is the earliest ending you could get in the game. It does require us to level a little bit. So I'm going to leave it up to you, chat. Would you like to see me actually level to the level needed to beat it? It's not like a huge level. I think it's like level 12 or level 13 from where we're at. But it does require a bit of grinding. Or would you rather I just showcase once I'm already the appropriate level? I'll leave that up to the chat. I'm looking to unlock a very specific spell in the main character. I believe the spell's name is Eruption, and I think that pops up at either 12 or 13. Whatever level we get Eruption at, we can actually get the alternate ending. Adventurer says, are you a lens hunter too? More peaceful to travel with women. Editor says, maybe I should change careers. It says, if it's not going to take too long, I don't mind you doing it on stream. Yeah, it's probably like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't think it should take incredibly long, I'll put it that way. Editor says, heck, I should try this again for next project. Well, will you stop with that nonsense and get to work? Just don't get the big picture, do you? Oh, we're not allowed to mess with other people's things. I think we've talked to just about everybody. Double checking. Yeah, we talked to him. It's not exactly peaceful traveling with Carrot either. We could disagree with that NPC. I agree, Chris. Yeah, I think we'll grind it out a little bit. I'll double check what the exact level we need to be is for tomorrow, but we'll do a lot of alternate endings, I have a feeling. So we'll probably just showcase maybe 2 different exploits, as well as the alternate ending tomorrow. But for now, let's rest here. Sorry, but we're completely booked today. Oh, we have a room reserved under the name Walt. Could you check, please? Ah, I see. Just a moment, please. Yes, we have confirmed reservation for a Mr. Walt on file, and the room is prepaid as well. Please make yourselves at home. Karen says, hey, are you up? That would be wishful thinking. Efang says, Karen, wake Blondie up. He's such a baby. Hey, wake up. Hey, Sleeping Beauty. You should feel lucky that a pretty girl like me is waking you up. Are you listening to me? Uh-huh. Good morning. Did you have something to say? Oh, forget it. By the way, what are we doing next? I heard that the head of the Armidi village is looking for someone who could give his grandson lessons in swordsmanship. Aw, look at that, chat. See, we know about that ahead of time. Somebody beat us to the job. The pay is pretty good. What do you think? Swordsmanship. I could say I don't think so, but we could say that sounds good. Okay, then Armedia is northeast from here. Well, chat, spoilers, we're not going to be reaching that anytime soon. Front desk clerk says, well, yes, those 3 are staying here. Is there anything wrong? Hey, what's going on here? Shut up, it's none of your business. Well, hey, wait a minute. Huh? Who do you think you are? Oh, there they are, it's them! Yep, it sure is. Yeah. Hey, you! Return what you've taken from us! Oh, now I remember. You're those thieves who tried to mess with us before. Who are you calling thieves? We're Seingaldian soldiers. Hold it right there. At ease, men. Did you know that the temple was under the protection and care of our kingdom? What? Hey, Karen. Blondie, did you know that? How the heck would I know that? Jeepers. Well, gentlemen and sirs, as you can see, we didn't know that. Why, you little punks, you're lying through your teeth. Aren't you... You're Karen Katria, aren't you? Why, am I that famous? Do you want my autograph or something? I've heard many bad things about you. Listen, you, surrender peacefully. We want to take you to the castle for questioning. Blondie? What? Run! Huh? Wait a minute. Commander, you alright? You idiots, they got away! What are you morons doing? After them! Yes, sir! Surround them! Is this an ambush? What's going on? I thought you said you weren't involved in bad things. Will you stop your whining, Blondie? My plan is completely screwed up now. Okay, we'll have to do things the hard way. Defang and Atway, come on. Defang, please stop Karen. Come on, you little girly boy, show me what you got. What? Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Atway says we have no choice. You must be joking. We have to make our stand now. Blondie goes, Lilith, I'm so sorry. I might not be able to come home ever. What are you blubbering on about? They're coming. This could be a very interesting fight without items, I must say. Let's have Defang use Beast Blade on these enemies. Or she'll get cancelled. Try this again. So I need to be careful, because it's very easy to get sandwiched in this fight, as you can see. Okay, there we go. We fought our way out of the corner, Chad. Oh, she used first aid on us. How nice of her. There we go. We could follow up their stab to make their stab safer. Then I can hold block if I think they're gonna hit me. Those poor enemies, Chad. Not a bad fight. Got 2 life bottles, a little bit of gold, a little bit of lens. She learned a new spell, we leveled up. First aid is always useful for us. Aren't you boys a little bit too young to carry weapons? What are you waiting for? There's only 3 of them. Move out of my way. Sir Leon! Damn it, you spineless worms. Quit slacking on your job, you morons. Get up now. I'll take care of them. You fools are going against the National Army. Surrender peacefully or suffer the consequences. This is your last chance. You little arrogant twit. They let you out of preschool. I've given you fair warning. You'll regret your insolence. Criminals have no rights. Now you shall pay. Now, chat, just for your benefit, I will show you why we are not going to win this battle. Let's just use an item real quick, chat. We have exactly 1 spectacle. Let's go ahead and use it on Leon. Let's see how much health he has. Oh, he's got 9,999 health and 999 TP. Oh, by the way, he already killed somebody. And we're dead. Defeated. Yeah. So, as you might guess, chat, there is a way to beat that boss, but it's gonna take some time. We'll touch upon that in the future. Blondie says, damn it. How amusing. I wasn't aware you had Swordians. Yeah, so what? What's it to you? Your Swordian skills are so primitive. What a waste of the poor Swordians. Shaltir says, you shouldn't have challenged my young master. Shaltir! Hey, what's this, Shaltir? Who? Nimlos, what's going on? Shaltir was our comrade during the Ancient Wars. That means he's a... Yes, he's a Swordian master. If he's a Swordian master like us, why won't he let us go? No way, I can't go against my master. So, who is this master of yours? Leon is my master. He's the best swordsman in the Kingdom of Seingold. He's highly respected. Kingdom of Seingold? It's a kingdom that was established after the war in the northern part of the prime continent in this world. I've never heard of it. You don't know because you've been sleeping for ages. What is the prime continent? This is the prime continent. It was called by that name long ago. This might be a reference to Tales of Phantasia. Again, I haven't actually played it before. I'm assuming it is. And he goes, oh. By the way, Shaltir, you talk differently now. Do you think so? Perhaps it's because of my young master. Well, I've also been through a lot. Leon says, Shall. I know, master, I'll behave. All of you be silent as well. Surrender your weapons now. Yes, master. Hey, you, Leon or whatever. What are you gonna do with us? Ooh, the hair swoosh, chat. There's only one place for criminals to go. Just make sure to remove unnecessary jewelry and clothing around your neck. Send these scum to Darrelsheed. Yes, sir! Criminals, hey, wait a minute. Why do we have to be caught by you of all people in the world? Take them. Yes, sir! Hey, watch where you're grabbing. Hey, let me go! Let me go! What a big mouth. Well, chat, we've been arrested. It took 2 sessions, but we did it, chat. We did get arrested. Nice change in music for this location. I do enjoy this song. We can knock on the door, and he goes, hey, let me out of here. I didn't do anything wrong. Shut up. Who said you could talk, you pawn scum? We sigh. We can knock on the door again, but we don't make any progress. We're kind of at an impasse. However, we could try walking into the middle of the room. And he says, man, what did I do to deserve any of this? Yeah, why do I have to put up with any of this? Hey, that's my line. What did you say? First of all, Blondie, this is your fault. You're the one who fought all those soldiers. Huh, look who's talking. Okay then, tell me who got us into this mess in the first place. Oh, stop your whining. Whatever the case, it's all your fault, so why don't you be a real man and take responsibility? It's true, chat. If we had Dogi, we would have been out of here already. Chat's like, oh my god, Karen, even in jail. She never stops, chat. Hey, who made you judge, jury, and executioner? Defang, say something. Why don't you two lovebirds stop fighting? You sound like a married couple. Why, you traitor? Hmm? All of you get out, says the jailer. Where are you taking us? You're going to see His Majesty. What's going on? You have no right to ask me that question. Oh, you're useless. Take them. Yes, sir! We're all bound, chat. And up the stairs we go. We're officially in the Seingold Castle. Shard says, here they are. Raiden says, ah, good. What does the king want from us? Now, take a moment to reflect upon your heinous deeds. What did I do? I don't have a clue. Right, Blondie? What? Who do you think you're fooling, you imbeciles? You wreaked havoc in a temple under the protection of my kingdom and terrorized citizens with acts of senseless violence. Now you shall pay for your transgressions. But... One moment, Your Majesty. Hugo, what is it now? Do you know what a Swordian is, sire? That's a strange question, Hugo. What's your point? These criminals before you are Swordian masters. What? Are you sure of that? Yes, sire. According to Leon, though they are immature, they may be of some use to us. Hey, what do you mean by immature? If I may be so bold as to make this proposal, sire, what do you think about the idea of sending them to the Straylease Temple? Although you're my trusted vassal, I think this proposal of yours does not make any sense. These wretched miscreants are criminals. We cannot afford to have them on the loose. But sire, I have a solution for that. I have no intentions whatsoever of allowing them to run free. As long as we attach these restraining devices made for prisoners on them, they will be unable to escape. Guard, hold this one. Yes, sir! Let go of me! Hey, watch where you're grabbing! What are you doing to me? You can untie the rope now. Sire, this device is capable of generating a severe electric shock via remote control. Now, a simple demonstration of the device. We say yow. Our eyes have a very funky looking sprite in the middle of us. And we get zapped. Ren goes, Blondie. We say ow. The test shock just given to the subject wasn't much, but any attempt to remove the device will generate a lethal shock. Oh, I see. So if they try to run away, we can control them with the device. Exactly, sire. I believe that these criminals can be easily controlled by assigning a single escort to watch over them. Yes, but... What is troubling you, sire? Please tell me, I can't read your mind. What I'm about to say does not leave this room. Hugo, you've heard of the Eye of Adamani, have you not? I believe that was the doomsday weapon from the time of the ancient Aether Wars. Yes, you are correct, and is kept underground beneath the Straylease Temple. What? Excuse me, Your Majesty. Please send me to the Straylease Temple. General Ashley says there isn't a moment to lose. No, Ashley. If even one of the 7 generals of Darashield investigates the matter, the public may panic. This must be kept a state secret. In that case, I believe using them would be the most expeditious way to handle this matter. But Hugo, can we trust them with the task? Let's send Leon along with them. He'll be able to handle them easily. Leon, eh? Alright. Make it so. Attach the device on these two and untie their ropes. Yes, sir. Where do you think you're touching me? Let go of me, you pervert. Wow, this is a real great fashion accessory. Oh, you're such an airhead. Hey there, mister. I don't know if it's the Eye of Adamani or the Evil Eye or whatever. You're gonna compensate us for our work, right? Otherwise, this is totally ridiculous. You brazen hussy, who told you to speak? What? Why, isn't she just a lovely young lady? I guess having her life spared isn't a good enough reward. Karen, was that your name? I can't promise you anything right now, but how about a reward upon completing the mission? Of course, the mission must be completed successfully. This is a very important task. I realize that you are simple people who need some kind of motivation to get things done. Would this be alright, Your Majesty? Yes. Come to my mansion later. I have something to give you. My mansion is the largest building in Darashield. You can't miss it. Oh, and... What? My name is Hugo Gilchrist, the president of Oberon Corporation. Remember my name. Oh, it seems like we've made friends with the president already, chat. Look at that, we're moving up in the world. The president of the Oberon Corporation? You mean the Oberon Corporation? Yes, the one and only. Well, if you'll excuse me. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? I shall give you 2 tasks. One is to inspect the temple. Contact Archbishop Martin and ask him for an update. Something may have happened to him. If Martin is not there, ask anyone who's available. And then, what's the other task? If something is going on, put a stop to it, whatever it may be. I don't care how you can do it. Just get it done. What could that something be? You have to find out for yourselves. Just follow Leon's instructions. He's just a little kid. Are you sure it's alright? Hey. Leon's skills are easily on par with the 7 generals, not to worry. How lovely. I feel so much better now. Stay out of my way. The temple is located deep in the mountains northeast of Darrelsheed. Prepare for the trip at Hugo's mansion and head for the temple. Do you understand? Yes. All right, you are all dismissed. So chat, things have escalated, but we have now acquired a 4th party member, chat. Let's take a look at what this party member has. Party member has Stone Blast, showers the enemy with the blast of pebbles. To take a look at their equipment, they have Shaltir equipped. Sentient Curved Sword, its curved cutting edge is extremely sharp. They come with leather armor and the round shield. We can also use the channeling on them if we really want to. That's all they really have for now. Should probably rearrange the order a little bit to move him towards the front. Honestly, we'll probably put Karen in the back for now. Something like this should be pretty adequate. The reason I want to do something like this is I want to make sure... Oh, she's already set to power. Okay, so we could force her to search for gold, so she's really far behind the rest of the party. It's pretty easy for her to grab extra gold uninterrupted, so when we're ready for fights, she'll be able to do things. So we have acquired 10,160 gold and 46 lens. Not too shabby, chat. We've acquired no new valuables, it seems. And unfortunately, Leon does not come with 9,999 health and 999 TP. Or else this game would be very easy. Like, he would pretty much just one-shot every encounter. So right now, he's got a weapon with 26 slash thrust, 6 intellect, and 3 hit. I think that's one of our stronger abilities. Yeah. Actually, Blondie's is better. Huh. Strange. Oh, actually, we don't have our weapons yet. That's what's going on. Hold on. Yeah, we still are weaponless. That's what's going on. So, I guess one thing we could talk about, chat, is there are 2 names suggested. So, I guess I'll start with the first name that was suggested in the other stream. So, for now, I'll name him Razor. And I believe the explanation for the name is because, I believe from Nero, he is very edgy. So we will name him Razor for now. I was thinking of calling him Moody. Maybe I'll substitute that name in every now and then. We'll see which one we feel fits the most. So, the king is saying, go to Hugo's mansion, and he's telling us just where it is. We've already been there, actually. Don't have to worry about that. The one thing we want to do is we want to explore the castle, because there's a lot of items in here from what I remember. And there's no downside to collecting them now. Roger says, yo, Razor, my man! Heard you caught a bunch of bottom-feeding lens hunters who've been raiding our treasure vaults. Man, you've been making all the tasty arrests recently. Bottom-feeding? Hey! King is upstairs. You must be courteous to the king. Well, we got our first item, another orange gel. Looks like a diary. Today's the 23rd day of the first month. The skies are clear and beautiful today. I think my gaze met with Razor's. Maybe Razor was looking at me too. I felt so happy today. What the? There we go, chat. Razor is so dreamy. Ultra says, hey Razor, are they your new recruits? Not quite. Ooh, there's a lot of items in here. Interesting. Talk to this guy. Soldier says, weapons are like your girlfriend or wife. Treat her well and she will treat you well in return. Got the L cape. Got a chainmail. Got the R shield. Got a club. It's empty. It's empty. And it's empty. Well, we did get some new items. So we could end up using the club. It's not terrible. I suppose we could show it off. Probably have the main character upgrade with the R shield because we're going to be in the most combat. But for defensive reasons, we'll give her the shield. We have another leather cape, so I suppose we could equip ourselves with one of these. That way our defense is just a little higher, and we can increase her defense as well. However, as you can see, we are still without weapons. We'll have to go back to Hugo's for that. Let's continue to explore the castle, since we don't get too many opportunities to come here. Check out this blue door first. We're in the dining room. It's a large plate. How many servings of food can this plate hold? Oh, he actually had a legit comment this time. Nothing of interest in this room, it seems. Speak to the soldier. To minimize the threat of food poisoning, we stagger our schedules to have meals in separate groups. Besides, we'd be in big trouble if all of us were sick with food poisoning. I feel like that's a fair point. Hello, kitchen. Girl chef says, hey, doing a little tasting? Girl chef says, you don't need to check my food for food poisoning. Nothing wrong with the meals I prepare. We've acquired bread. We're looking at a device for preserving food. So they have refrigerators here, chat. Royal Chef says, sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, but some of the world's best chefs work here. We notice the arrangement of flowers. Our life is complete now, chat. Oh, actually, I don't want to go downstairs yet. Let me go up one more floor. Let's talk to these people. This is the king's private chamber. Razor, do you need anything from the king's chamber? Well, I don't know. What does the king have in his room? Royal Maid says, this is the king's bedroom. Please leave. There's a series of books called The History of Sign Gold. No hidden things to explore, I suppose. That's a bit of a shame. It's a cup. Let's see, what else could we do here? What's in here? The queen is ill in bed. Please do not make any loud noises here. We'll just break into the queen's chamber. We could just kill her, right, chat? Just... It'll be fine. The queen says, it's so rare for me to have visitors. There's a thick book here, a chronicle of the Aether Wars. Long ago, a comet came crashing down on these lands. Nearly half of our population was lost due to this cosmic calamity. The dust clouds that resulted from this collision spread over our planet's skies for years. This caused an unnatural winter that seemed to have lasted forever. Our world was plunged into what is effectively an ice age. Our race of people split off into two groups during this ice age, an age of darkness. Oh no! Oh no, don't talk about the age of darkness. Hold on, Tails. We had enough of the calamities. There were the chosen and the outcasts. The chosen escaped from the winter on the surface and lived their lives in a utopian world in the sky. The chosen ones ruled the outcasts on the surface. Lightning bolts they threw down at them. The outcasts on the surface rebelled against the tyranny of the chosen ones. Thus began a war between heaven and earth. This is what became known as the Aether Wars, a war without victory. The eventual victors of the Aether Wars were the outcasts, the people on the surface. Or were they really victors of this war? No, our entire race lost. Well, that was actually a pretty good summarization of the Aether Wars, as that actually does play into the plot later. So, thank you, actually really plot-relevant book explaining what the Aether Wars are. It's good to know that people took to the sky and they rained lightning bolts down upon the populace. We'll keep that in mind. It's true, if we do go ahead and kill the king and the queen, that maid would be so happy. I am a jukebox. Insert 10 gold for one play. You want to put money in? Sure. Select song. Ooh, that iffy feeling, spooky, cool, or sad. Let's listen to each of them, chat. What's that iffy feeling? Thank you for your patronage. Oh, we've heard this one before. Since we've heard this one before, let's move it forward. Okay, so what's spooky? Oh, this is the boss music. Okay. You don't technically have to pay money, but I figured we'd at least see what these do. I think Cool is the preview song? I don't know if this normally plays in the rest of the game. Finally, we have Sad. Guess we'll leave it on Sad, because we spent 40 gold on music. Oh, the song doesn't persist throughout the place. That would have been nice. That's a shame, chat. It's a children's book called Tales of Fantasia. Oh, Tales, you're already referencing your other Tales series games. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Evan says, we've been expecting you. Please use any room you like. Wait, they've been expecting us? Oh, we found the shower room. Yeah, we're gonna turn on all the shower heads and walk away. Ultimate prank, chat. Got him. Look at all that water they wasted. They'll never see it coming. There's a strange book called The Z-Files, The Lie is Out There. Oh, is this like a reference to like the X-Files, The Truth is Out There? What a reference, chat. I'm like, wait a minute, let me think 90s for a second. What a throwback. Well, we've managed to escape to the ground floor. I think we can interact with the fountain, unfortunately. There's another door over here. We should see what's in here. Otto's laboratory. Here's a place that's really easy to miss. Oh, speaking of which, I can't get by this person. He won't let us read the books. What a jerk. Annoying scientist says, hey, you! These are very important research books in Otto's lab's unique collection. Don't come close. Don't even breathe near them. Thank you, annoying scientist. Scientist says, a long time ago, there was a powerful race of beings called the Aetherians in addition to our race. I heard they perished 1,000 years ago during the Aether Wars, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of them actually survived. At least, don't you think it's healthy for your imagination to run wild once in a while? I don't know if you actually want that to be true, scientist, because they don't exactly like the surface people. Let's talk to Otto. Professor Otto goes, biology is my life. I'm the best biologist in the world. Huh? Do you want to be an intern? There are some biological research documents here. We'll have more to do with this location in the future. We'll make notice that we'll make note that that is there. We have to go into the West Tower and then all the way down. I believe we could grow things there later. But much later in the game. For now, let's not worry about it. Annoying scientist sounds like a Shadow Hearts character. Definitely. Oops, we've already been through here. So let's go ahead and proceed to go back to the center of the castle. I feel we're still missing a few items, but if nothing else, there's a lot of plot references and also apparently just other Tales series references we could come across. What do you have to say, soldier? Many people want to study under the generals. One who came recently, he's different from the others. What does that mean? Is he referring to Razor? Okay, let's open these doors, chat. We're in the war room. Wow, this is a pretty big room, actually. Jeff says, I came here to serve under General Ashley, but I was turned down. I wanted to fight the enemy with the deft movements of my knife skills. Oh well, not everything turns out exactly like you plan it. Oh, hello, chest and lots of books. Let's go through the bookshelves. There's a colorful book here, Guide to the World's Delicacies. Many books are displayed here, Banners in a Crisis. There are two books here, Art Appreciation and Music Appreciation. There's a travel book here. Scenic Linnea, at the edge of this world. The edge of the world? We did say we were from Linnea earlier. There's a book with expensive binding. Words of the Kings. You can't read the title of this book from the side. Apparently, we just can't look at it any further. What? That's weird. I'm not sure why it's saying that. Unless it's saying we could somehow get on behind the bookshelf. Is that a bug? Are these actually supposed to have titles? Right? Because like if I hold down, chat, and talk to the back of the bookshelf, that's what it says. But I'm holding up. Like, I'm definitely facing up here, and it says I can't read the books. I think that's a bug. Well, we've acquired another orange gel. Because there's no other way to read the books. I'm gonna assume that's a bug, chat. The book is open. Introduction to Lensology, Physical Structure and Characteristics. There we go, chat. I think that was a bug. I think we did find one, because that just seems really odd to be intentional. Oh, oops, I don't want to go in the West Wing anymore. We actually picked up a few number of orange gels, even though I burned most of them away. So, I'm not super concerned, chat. Let's see. Speaking of which, got the pee bottle, got a life bottle, got another orange gel, got a green gel, got a green gel. Actually, we're pretty close to capping on green gels. I think 15 is the cap. Yeah, 15 is definitely the cap. I take that back. There's no think about it. It is definitely the cap. So we have to use green gels at some point. Soldier says take whatever you need. We're 20 steps ahead of them, chat. Well, we could go back into the prison. I'm not sure if we have any comments for coming down here, but we should talk to the jailer. We will maintain the peace in our prison. Oh, there is somebody actually in jail. Oh, we could just enter their jail cell. Man says, I'm bored. Oh, it seems like we could just jailbreak him. It says patrol diary. Oh, we can't read the diary. That's a shame, chat. Well, up the stairs we go, chat. I think that's all we can get inside the castle for now. Now, chat, I wanted you to notice that there's something here. It's a monument. If we try to read it, it says some words are engraved, but you can't make them out. So this is an interesting mechanic, and it actually built a lot of intrigue, but I'll spoil the mechanic a little bit. When we get much higher level, these will unlock some of the sacred techniques, which are some of the best techniques for the protagonist in the game.
Is that a monolith?
One of them is extremely, extremely broken, and we could show some glitches off with that potentially. Saray would be very proud. I think that's where we came out before. Yeah, like these are like the ultimate tutorials, chat. They'll teach us endgame abilities. And again, if we do a certain exploit later, it is actually possible to get them before we go too much further in the game. But we will not be doing that in the core playthrough. Or at least not keeping those levels in the core playthrough, I mean. Soldier says, Razor, your great deeds are always appreciated. All is well. What happens if we try to leave? I think something bad will happen to us if we do try. Yow! Hey, where do you think you're going? We're going to Hugo's mansion. Ow, okay, okay. You dimwit, get a clue. We are not allowed to leave. I don't think they have anything new to talk about. We've already seen most of their dialogue. So I guess for now, we'll just proceed to go to the mansion, since we don't have anything else we should be doing. Although, I guess since we're here, chat, we'll get more random treasure, because why not? Right, chat? I mean, why not? We'll just get something random. Who knows? I mean, if they're just gonna make it this easy to get items, I'm not gonna say no. See that? We don't even have to buy any more Panacea bottles. I think we've acquired almost all of them from here at this point. Hey, we got another orange gel back. I think I need roughly 4. We're almost back to where I want to be anyway. Got another life bottle. Sure. I can always sell that for 75 gold. And I think we'll do 2 more for good measure, chat. It's always empty. 1.22 is the fastest I've done it so far. Although I just rubbed against the wall, so I think I slowed myself down there. 0.29 life bottle. Let's see, chat, can I beat my other time? That was pretty fast. Was that a new record? 1.25. No, not quite. Okay, so this will be the last one. Oops, just I rub against the wall. Sure, another melange gel. So we're looking really good for TP. I'm fine with this. Again, it's just very amusing that once you know that, you just kind of abuse that for items. No, never pay for gels, chat. Just don't even waste your time. Just use the warehouse. It's so much better. Well, since we've now acquired just about everything we need, let's go ahead and proceed through here. Or we'll get blocked by Random Citizen. Random Citizen, I swear, please get out of my way. Please get out of the way. Chat, I feel like that's like the true final boss of JRPGs. It's like the one townsperson that's standing in the extremely narrow gap. It doesn't matter what your level is, you're not getting through. Gardner says, ooh, what a well-proportioned tree. Sure. Razor says, Marion. Marion? Are you here? Chibi could just run through him Yakuza style. That would be much better. Oh my, chat, that is quite a nose. Oh, Rembrandt, where's Marion? I mean Hugo. Rembrandt says, Razor, my boy, it's so good to see you. I told you not to call me that. Master Hugo's in his office, my boy. He called you a boy. Aaron got shocked. Silence! Why, you little... What did you say? You know, nothing, I swear. Now that's what I thought. Now shut up. By the way, who are they? Don't mind them, I'm just traveling with them out of convenience. Hey, I thought we were working together. Was I talking to you? But you don't have to treat us like a bunch of lepers or something. Strangers, please don't fret over what the boy says. You've got to be kidding, I've had it with him. Huh. Speak for yourself. Razor tends to keep people at a distance on purpose. Nonsense. Well, any guests of the young Master Razor are welcome here. Sorry, but we don't have time for that right now. That's a pity. Hugo's in the office, right? Yes, that's right. Fine. Well, let's go. Oh, whatever. You're hopeless. I was gonna say, Chad is gonna be so happy watching Karen get shot throughout the rest of the game. There we go. Let's see, Razor says, hello, Hugo. You're here earlier than I thought. Well, let's go to the hall and talk. This party is so much as much of a mess as the Visceria one. It certainly becomes very interesting, especially the longer we go into the game. Hugo says, I want to give you something. Marion, bring them here. Excuse me. Let me introduce you all to Marion. She's our housemaid. Hello, how do you do? Marion, give them the Swordians. Yes, sir. Nimlos. Thought I was gonna be stuck in storage again. At White, I was beginning to worry about our fate. Well, just add Shaltir and that makes a total of the 3 Swordians. History books say that 6 Swordians saved our world in the ancient Aether Wars. Listen, that's correct. And now half of them are assembled here. I expect you to be successful. Take this too. Blondie received the world map. This will help you your way around the world. Now go ahead with your mission. Okay, so we finally have our weapons again, chat. Suppose we could take a look at our status comparatively. Our weapons only give 25, which is not too impressive. 11 and 8 is pretty bad. So right now, Leon is, or excuse me, Razor is just better than us in all regards. So yeah, we found 3 of the legendary swords. That didn't take very long, I agree. So we are very much underleveled compared to Razor, but that's okay. How we'd like it, Jack. We'd like to not be overleveled. Hugo says, I expect a lot of things from you. Razor, please, be careful. Or Marion. Oh, we have no comments on the... Oh, we do have a comment on the knight's armor. There's an ornamental knight's armor here. Hey, wait a minute. What? I remembered something. Wait for me here for a while. Where are you going? It's none of your business. Remember, there's no use trying to escape. I'll hunt you down in the end. I know. There we go. Razor going over to Marion. Marion! Razor, what's wrong? Don't call me that. No one can hear us here. I'm sorry, but I thought you went off to someplace. I don't think I'll be able to see you for a while, so I just wanted to talk to you before I left. You came back just for that? I'll miss you. Oh, poor thing. Master Hugo wouldn't like it if he knew about this. Don't even utter that jerk's name in front of me. Emilio, you shouldn't say such things. I'm sorry, Marion, I was wrong. It's fine, as long as you understand. Then I'm off. Emilio, please be careful. Also, that becomes very confusing later when you just call it. You can just straight up call him Emilio. You can also just name him Emilio ahead of time, just for an ultra confusing conversation. Risa says, yeah, don't worry, I'll be fine. What's wrong, Emilio? Marion. Sorry, it's nothing. Emilio, Leon, Razor, Moody. It's very true. Karen says he's late. Said he had to take care of business. Wonder what he meant by that. I don't know, don't ask me. I wasn't asking you. Good, it looks like you were able to behave yourselves. Well, I would have caught you even if you tried to escape. You never know. You fools. Those tiaras on your heads work as homing beacons. We know exactly where you are whenever you go. Don't even try to get smart on me, do you hear? Anyway, where were you? It's none of your business. I don't have to answer any of your inane questions. Let's get going. Well, I see we're off to a fantastic start with the fourth party member chat. We are just building all sorts of bonds. Let's go ahead and make another save. So let's save over probably these other two for now. Let's save over this one. This is probably fun. Oh. Also, I should purchase some holy bottles, now that I think about it. I did say I was going to purchase those at some point. Now I'd have to remember where they were. What's your exchange rate at the moment? Oh, it's 10 gold? That's as much as we can get. I might as well do that, actually. Here we go. Free 460. At some point I should purchase these. Actually, these really aren't that expensive. I might as well purchase them now. Go for 12, I guess. Buy a couple of spectacles because they're pretty cheap. Again, I don't have any real major concerns with money. We can make it a lot of different ways, and there's only one item in the game I'm really looking to purchase multiples of due to a weird bug. And I have a lot of time if I want to make money. Like, me spending 5,000 there is really honestly nothing compared to how much that costs. So I could go ahead and upgrade all of our characters, but honestly, I don't feel like this is worth our money. The e-bullets just save me a lot of time if I have them now, to be honest. We might pick up one or two in different treasure rooms later on, but it's probably better that I have them now. it's fine. We'll hold off on purchasing any of those items. What I really, really want is the holy bottle. Where were they selling the holy bottles in this place, though, chat? I know the other town had it, but, like, where were they here? Presumably somebody had them. Take a look around again. There is the lens shop. There was, like, the warehouse, but that's not really what I was looking for. Whatever, I'll just walk to the next village. It doesn't matter. Well, chat, time to continue north. Double checking that I have not missed anything. No, I think we're fine. The one thing I want to double check is if we look at the valuables, we should now have the world map. It says the map of the world enables you to get a fix on your bearings. So interestingly, it shows every single item shop. We can actually get a little bit of a sneak peek of what's ahead. We're going to be heading to our media, which is in the north. Everybody's away from Karen, it's very true. Resta, unfortunately, I think we still cannot get into. Razi is a territory in Aquavale. Moreau is a territory in Aquavale. Jarik is Calavi's port town. Junkland. Interesting. There's Linneo, so this is where the protagonist comes from. He's in the western continent. We have Nudstad, a city in Fitzgold. There's an arena to the north and a harbor to the east. Now, we're going to be enjoying the arena at some point in the game, but unfortunately we can't do it now. I actually want to check where one thing is. So what we can actually do, and what we should do, is we're going to get into some casual fights. I forgot which one was confirmed and what was canceled. We're going to get into some casual fights, so I'll just go ahead and kill whatever we fight on the way to our current destination. If we actually go back to the home we came from, where Gar was, we can actually get another cutscene right now. So let's go back and get some more story, chat. And we might as well fight a little bit. Those four enemies, chat. There we go. Again, we're making an okay amount of gold, so I'm not super concerned. We might as well level just a tiny bit. Speaking of which, before I go this far, I'll also make another save here. There we go. So I want to go all the way back to the border town once more. We're gonna go back to the Master. There's actually quite a few missable scenes. Like us getting shocked at the town is one of the examples, but this one's also really easy to miss, because it'll go away after a short while too. Some of these places we really do have to just kind of go to them as soon as we get a new party member. Poor Snake. Funny enough, I think the lens we're getting here is just so much more rewarding than the gold itself, as long as we could get the ×10 exchange rate. Because it gave us 3 lens there and 24 gold, but if we get the 10 gold rate, then we get 30. I'm contemplating if I should buy a holy bottle in this area in the future. Probably. This area does have an obnoxious number of enemies. Now these enemies take forever to kill, so I'm just gonna hit retreat. They're not worth our time. Because they're in the air, I have to do like an uppercut, then do like maybe a special skill into a normal skill, kind of lock them down. But because we don't really have archers in the party, not super useful at the moment. Speaking of which, I don't think there's anybody that can use the bow. But we have the auto bow we stole from Gar. Let's see. gonna have a nice cruise through the forest. Oh, she's all the way in the front. That's fine. See, if we get back attacked, she's just all by herself, chat. It's fine. I'm sure chat will not miss if Karen perishes during this journey. This one's almost worth fighting, but nah, it's fine. Oh, he's gonna cast a spell on the birds? That seemed like a little bit overkill. I remember if it's left or right here. Darn, it was right. What a shame. I guessed incorrectly, chat. I guess while we're trying to fill time, because I'm just trying to reach a new destination, there are some minor differences between the Japanese version and the English version. We talked about before in the previous stream that the Japanese version actually is full-on skits. So whenever you leave a town and you see that side view map in the overworld, there were different skits that can play out. Unfortunately, that is not in the English version, other than we can unlock it in the sound test much later on. But not being fluent in Japanese means I'm not able to really tell you what any of those skits say. Unless I do a lookup on the... I guess I could do a lookup on the skit logs. I'm sure somebody has translated it for us. But other than that, there's a few kind of strange differences here and there, where in the English version, we're actually missing a party member. Like, we can meet said party member in the game, but we're not allowed to recruit them for some reason. So technically, we could have had a 5th party member, I believe, at this point in the game. Yeah, it's just kind of an odd thing. I'm not sure why they didn't make it into the game. People have since used things like Game Shark on the PS1 to unlock the character, because they're just missing the event that triggers. And similarly, there's also some events that are left partially coded that people have found in the game files that don't have any plot relevance. Like, I'll give an example. Like, there's a whole dialogue scene where at some point we save, like, Shaltir. I'm not sure how you would have acquired the sword, but you could get the sword, and he thanks you for rescuing him. But that event never happens in this game. So there's just kind of strange events like that. I'm not really sure what they tie into. Hello, Booger. She says, although it's not much, please make yourself at home. I believe we have to talk to the master. Hey, Blondie, did you come to learn archery? Sorry to say, you don't seem to have the talent for archery. You should give it up. Oh, well. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't miss the scene. Well, we got extra dialogue, but that's not what I was looking for. Might have to look into that again. I feel like we should have gotten a slightly different scene than that. Oh well, we might have missed it, chat. What a shame. Back to Albus. We'll take a look around. I was expecting something to trigger. Let's just walk around for a little bit. Maybe I just haven't hit the trigger point for it. Yeah, I feel like they should have made a comment while coming upon the house, but it didn't happen. I'll take a look into that, chat. I feel like I should have had a conversation coming into the house. I was just seeing if I had to talk to the archer first. Oh well, chat. It is very easy to miss these little skits here and there. Oh well. So I don't see Gar anywhere, but I believe he said he was going to some other location. But he did not disclose it to us specifically. We can make guesses as to where he went, based off of what we think his true identity is. So I don't think there's anything for us to do here, so let's go ahead and leave. But hey, at least we got told we have no talent for archery, I suppose. Poor Blondie. Not skilled at much, other than retreating, apparently. For now, let's... Oops, because I got into another combat. I'm gonna say for now, let's head out. And we'll just attempt to go a little further. It's a little questionable whether or not we'll get the next party member in this session or not, but we'll be pretty close. We'll be at the scenario in which we get another party member, but not quite there. Let's see. I just have to remember how to exit this place. Go. And retreat once more, chat. These enemies are not worth our time. We'll probably fight a lot more within the forest itself, just because that gives better experience overall, and has more interesting enemies to fight in general. We are out of here, chat. Did I really get into a fight right at the edge of the town? Man, I got trolled, chat. So close. Well, away we go, chat. If it makes you feel better, Karen took it in the face. She didn't block any of that. She just took that 1 damage repeatedly. Oh, they didn't update their store to have life bottles. What a shame. Or not life bottles, holy bottles. What a shame. Well, we're gonna leave then. Well, actually, what happens if we try to leave through here? Oh. So we don't have a passport. Well, we're just gonna try to run in a straight line as much as we can. Hopefully we get out of here. Excellent. So we're just gonna maneuver around the continent until we're at the northernmost blip again. We're gonna stop by in our media, pick up some holy bottles, just to reduce the overall encounters, but I think we'll still fight whatever encounters we get within the forest. Because technically we are, excuse me, underleveled, but as I said before, this is not a terribly difficult game, especially if we have E-bullets. E-bullets are the magic solution to beating everything, chat, if you were curious. If you want to do like the equivalency of a low-level speedrun, you need a lot of E-bullets. They set up for some really nasty attacks. I'll use them at some point, but for the moment I'm not dying to use them. We'll probably be seeing them more tomorrow for a showcase of what they can do. They're very silly. Okay, so let's use the dash button to move a little faster on the world map, and let's go into the village of Armedia. Okay, we should be able to purchase some items. Oh, he also does not sell the holy bottle. That's a shame. Do I really have to go back to the other place for it? That is an ultra shame. I thought we would be able to get it on the way there. It is actually worth going back for, chat. It does cut down how many encounters we get by quite a bit. So even though I lose a little bit of time backtracking for it, I think that is actually worth it. There we go. I stalled them with the thrust of the sword. That way it took no damage. Let's go. I forget how long they last in this game because they change it between the different Tales games. Like, for example, Berseria, whenever you use an inn, it cancels the bottle. I'm not sure if it's the same case in this game or not. I'm going to assume so until proven otherwise. Those wolves don't look like wolves. It's true, they do look a little special. Okay, I think there was a store over here, correct, that had it? No. Where am I trying to... Where was the store, chat? I feel like it was here. Oh, maybe it was next door. I feel like somebody had the holy bottle because I was contemplating it, but my short-term memory is terrible. Does chat remember where the holy bottle was? It was definitely in here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't remember either. Let's just open some doors until it comes to me. don't have in my notes where the holy bottles were. That's a shame. I was hoping I wrote it down, because I had a feeling I'd forget where it was, and then I told myself I'd remember where it was, and then I've now forgotten where it was. There's an upstairs to this place. Let me double check. Because it's like, it's not like an Oberon product, but it could just be a general store. What a question, chat. I'm just looking around until I see something interesting. Let's just check the stores out real quick. You just have food. I don't care about that. This place that had it? Here it is. Let's just purchase all of them right now, and I'll use one immediately. H bottle. This bottle contains a holy essence that wards off enemies. Much better, chat. We could go ahead and purchase items to eat, so that way we don't have to use items as much like green gels, but we have so many green gels, I should probably just use them manually. We'll save more gold that way. Now, let's save on the third save file. So I'll double check to see if I could get the skit based off of the first save file. I'll just double back through there. If I can't trigger it, it is what it is. For now, we'll enjoy less encounters. We should basically... I said basically reach the village without getting into a fight. Then we got into a fight anyway. What a shame. There we go. Almost comboed it correctly. Goodbye, enemies. That's a lot of lens. Chat, that's potentially 170 gold we just picked up. So let's continue to use the holy bottle and let's proceed forward. Oh, that's much better. See that, chat? We got like all the way here. Actually, what if we go back to the other village? Do we have any comments about the swordsman training? I'm just curious. Training. I think it was one of these buildings. Oh, the holy bottle wore off already? Wow, that was really short-lived. Okay, so it's more of a timer in this game. That's a shame. Right, chat, that was barely like 2 minutes. What a shame. Was it this place that was the training? No, this was the inn. There we go. Do we have any new dialogue now that we were told to come here? Nope. Same dialogue. Never mind. Rest in peace, holy bottle, chat. We'll have to keep that in mind. It does not last for a very long period of time in this game. I mean, it's still useful here. Like, we got almost all the way to the other area with just one encounter. I'll still use it every now and then, but we'll see. There we go. I was trying to remember how to do the target. So it's not hold in the R button. It's actually just tap the R button. So she healed herself. Okay, sure. We have a lot of TP, so I'm not super concerned about progressing through the dungeon. Now, there are a lot of chests and things here, so I'm trying to figure out where the optional areas are. Okay, this feels too much like progress. Let's go back to the beginning. Hello, new enemies. Sunbird's the PO bird, but now we're fighting the Orc Rot, which will try to plunge its little roots underground and stab us, making it emerge. But it has a little bit of a mid-range attack. This enemy is always kind of fun to fight, because it's very big, so you could do kind of fun combos on the enemy. We acquired W Apple, which would be a big mistake to put into your food items, because let's take a look at it. Wormy Apple, food sack value minus 100. The worm-ridden apple, there are holes all over it. Don't eat the wormy apple, chat. Don't do it. Bad things happen to you. Ah, that's what's over here. Some words engraved on it, but they're hard to read. So, oh well. We're told that we're not ready. I can't talk today. We are not yet ready for it. I don't... Oh! Got savory. Well, that's my habit of just mashing the confirm button while running around. Thank you, JRPGs. You've trained me to pick up random items. Now, we actually do not want to use that savory yet either, because in this game, we've already seen that there's a... Is that a monolith? Indeed. We've already seen that there's a red version of the stat boosts, but we can actually improve anything that is not a red version of the item and make it a red version of the item. So we're going to be getting, I believe they're called room bottles, and that'll allow us to basically, instead of just getting like a static 2 or 3 to a stat, we could double that by making it the red version of the item. So we're actually not going to touch that savory for quite a while either. You're like, no thanks. Double checking one thing, chat. Oh yeah, so we're gonna keep an eye out for kind of mushrooms on the floor. I think that's how we could get more items. So if there's any of those that are just in plain sight, we should be able to grab more stat boosters. Again, I like those enemies just because you can practice combos on them. They're very tall. Very amusing. Now, at the moment, we don't really get any benefit from doing combos, but very soon, probably not in this session, but probably in the next story session, we'll be receiving an item that grants us bonus experience based off of our combos. That's where we can completely break the game. We're gonna go into some very silly infinites, chat. Potentially. Oh, I think I heard her receive gold off screen, but I'm not sure how much she actually received. Oh, only 6 lens. That's actually not that good, chat. We got more lens from the other area. Found a green gel, but we cannot carry anymore. Well, I did say we were going to use green gels. Let's just give it to everybody. Why not, chat? We'll use another holy bottle. See the area that we're going to come to very soon. So this is also an optional skid. You rub up against the rock. We trigger this. Razor says, that's the Straylee's temple. Oh, that's it for the skit. Hope you enjoyed the skit, Chad. All one line of it. There we go. We're just gonna kick attack our way into the enemies. Goodbye, Chunbird. Looks like it's the lunge attack. It is too small. We've now received more gold, more lens. Razor has leveled up. We might as well take a look at whatever spell he's learned. There's one spell I want him to learn. Yeah, he hasn't learned it quite yet. We've learned Spike. Attacks enemies from with stone spikes that appear from the ground. That one's okay. I mean, it starts like a juggle combo, but it's not the one I'm looking to abuse. want to double check. I didn't miss anything back here. Got the Bellbane, that's what I was looking for earlier. Now we have the orange gel. Excellent news, chat. I think that's all the items we can find there. Little shroom. I like that it looks like it almost has teeth underneath the shroom hood. The GGs. And yes, chat, I would like you to know that in our party, there are 3 characters that have the equivalency of Missile Sword / Demon Fang. You just wait, chat. Oh, let's let him cast a spell. There we go. Spike did its job. That's a decent amount of lens. Oh, hey, we learned a new spell. What spell did we learn? If we learned Eruption at a low level, then that'll make me happy. Oh, we learned Eruption at 7? Oh. Oh, that takes, like, no time, chat. Oh, okay. I mean, like, I should probably safety level to, like, 8 or 9, I was thinking. Or go up to 12 if it was gonna take till 12. But if I get that spell this early, whatever. I guess I'll take it. So, I'll show you why Eruption is so stupid in a little bit. Let's get into combat, and I'll show you why we're going to be using this to cheese certain bosses later on. So, let's have our front line actually swap around. Let's go ahead and use a spell for Blondie. Let's target it, like, right here-ish. Yeah! Yeah, it just party wiped them, by the way. Eruption is ridiculous. Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, that spell. And the best part about that spell is 2 things, chat. One, massive, massive AoE. Not a really long cast time. On top of that, it stuns enemies, which is very, very important. So when it does not only does it stop time to damage them, but it'll cause them to go into a hit stun animation. So it actually gives us even more time to chain a second one into it. We could get some pretty ludicrous combos going on, but it'll require a lot of menuing. Because essentially every character will get a spell like that, chat, and all endgame spells will basically be to that level, and you could just completely annihilate the enemy. There's nothing fair about it. Rudy's one, I think, is called Storm. Razor's one will be called Stonewall. Eruption is still probably the most ludicrous overall. It is just so good at wiping encounters. So if you are having trouble with bosses in this game, Eruption will just kill everything around the boss and also damage the boss. It's not very fair. Not very fair at all, chat. Oh, I always like the music for the temple. Razor says, something's wrong. You think so too? What's wrong? It's too quiet. Yeah, no one seems to be around. Imla says maybe everyone is dead. No, they couldn't be. Well, we're here to find that out. Come on, let's go. I like that music, chat, I'm telling you. Inside of the building is destroyed. We see a building there. I don't think I want to go into the central building yet. Let's try to go into this building. Ah, we've entered a cathedral, chat. We're in the pews. Little room back here. And used to emerge over here. Oh, hey, a priest. Oh, that's not good. Lonnie says, are you alright? Bishop and the others are in the back. Hang in there. He's taking his last breath. He's taking his last breath. There's a pipe organ here. Go in the back room, chat. Lundy says, "Oh, you're all right. Please spare these girls. Whoa, wait a minute. We've been sent here by the king." "What? Oh, you gave me a good scare. You've been dispatched by the king of Seingold. What happened here?" "What happened? Maybe you could tell me." "Visiting one of our sister temples in another country. When I returned, it was like this. Because I had to protect these girls, I couldn't leave here at all. In fact, I don't know how the others are doing." "You really don't know what's going on, do you? Well, that'll do for now. We're gonna search for the Archbishop. If you value your life, remain here for a while and don't attract attention to yourselves. I believe evil beings are still in the temple. Please, take this with you." Lundy received a talisman. "Please, save the Archbishop." But the talisman is actually a very interesting item. It does not offer any stats by itself. But let's take a look at the description. Protective charm that increases defensive abilities by 5%. We'll be using variations of the talisman for most of the game. I believe there's the talisman, the blue talisman, and something called a Thieves' Cape. I feel like we'll end up using quite a lot of throughout the game. So this is just going to scale the longer we have it. And since we have a spare cape, we might as well give him a cape for more defense. Oh, and he's the only person not wearing chainmail. So we should probably increase his armor. Though unfortunately, chat, we're not allowed to get to that blue chest. The game trolls us. We can see it, but we are not allowed to touch it. This is double checking notes. There we go. Oh, excuse me, chat. I got into a sneezing. Do you have any comments upon these? Hey, chat, it's a monument with complex text engraved upon its surface. I'm surprised he doesn't say it's a bush or it's a tree. Not gonna lie, chat. He seems like the kind of character to do that. Well, let's actually...
Monolith?
There we go. Is that a monolith? Oh, don't worry. There's just a floating skull. Don't worry, chat. This is completely normal. Listen, this isn't everybody's home.
Oh, wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
Everybody has a skull door. Don't try to lie to me, chat. You know you have a skull door. Question mark, question mark, question mark says, "Is anyone there?" "Oh, Adamani, am I condemned to die here, trapped without hope?" Let's go ahead and make another save, because we have not been able to save for quite some time. Excellent, excellent, chat. So we have to be very careful. We want to make sure we grab every item before progressing through the skull door, because they will actually not be available. With, I think, one exception. Blondie says, "This door won't budge. Is anyone out there? Are you on the other side? Please, open the door." "I can't. What are you talking about? Wait, I've already tried many times, but it just won't open. I'm telling you, it won't open." "Blondie, a force field is blocking this door." "Force field? How quaint. We have to destroy the shield crystals. They must be around here somewhere. We'll open it for you. Hang on." Thank you. Okay, chat, so let's make sure to loot this place completely. Fortunately, I don't think there's too many fights here. But we do have to defeat the crystals. We'll see what those entail in a little bit. It's always hard for me to tell which ways are treasure rooms or not treasure rooms. There's a kind of weird... I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be like water or something? But then you step on it and nothing happens. I don't know what that's supposed to be, chat, to be honest. It's just kind of like undulating floor. Well, I guess we might as well just fight this. We have to deal with the shield crystals. So this crystal is kind of tall, but also take note, chat, when we go to fight this thing, that it's touching the floor. And because it's touching the floor, we can abuse it. Let's just go ahead and use our spells, because why not, chat? Oh no, it's floating off the ground now. Now I think it won't work. Eruption will not work on aerial targets, for clarity. Let's see, let's have them use some attacks on this thing. Here, Razor. There we go. We can just alternate kick attack on this thing until it dies. 85 lens is a fantastic amount of lens, chat. That is a fantastic total. Now we've popped the crystal. We can see that has impacted the skull door. Blondie says 4 more. Yeah, I don't think there's any random encounters here. Makes kind of a weird grunting noise whenever we go to fight it. Yeah, we could get some really nasty combo loops with Razor. Oh, let's try to show one of them off. Like, if I start coming in and I have Razor, for example, do kick attack, I could kind of come in with my kick attack, and then Beast Blade, if I was faster, could have come in. While this attack is still coming out, I can still have him do another kick attack. It's kind of silly. Like, they really can't do anything about this. Like, look at that, chat. That was nasty. We don't have the combo count yet, but I'm letting you know that that was a combo. They were done. They were not getting out of that. The loops are real. So combos in this game are not super complex from a single character standpoint, but it definitely expects you to be able to really quickly menu and try to chain different skills together. So in order to chain a lot of skills together, we're going to need a lot of orange gel. So to show off some things later in the game, we're going to be spamming a whole ton of orange gel. And that's why I said before, I want to make sure I have some orange gel. It's like, we're low-ish on TP. But you know what? We're also not too far away from leveling. So maybe I'll just wait for us to level and then use orange gel. Because keep in mind, when we level, we're going to end up with more max TP. So the 30% TP recovery will be more beneficial to us. Oh, oops. Let's talk to this guy. Found the Knight Saber. So, a little weak at thrust, but it has a lot more slash power. Knight Sword with elaborate ornamentation. Also counts as fire attribute. Interesting. I like how the first thing I did was take the weapon and not talk to the body. This one is among the dead. There will be some enemies that are pretty much immune to non-elemental damage. So it is helpful to have some elemental weapons here or there. As you can see, that was just kind of a slaughter. Got even more lens. So potentially we've already gotten back maybe about 1,650. So not too bad. Still have a couple crystals to go. But as I said before we go too far, I want to make sure we grab every single possible chest. Since there appears to be no combat encounters here, we're not under a lot of pressure. I like how I keep finding the crystals. I feel like I'm trolling myself. There we go. Got another chainmail. I don't think anybody can actually wield this. So I guess we could sell it later if we really want to. Now let's force our allies to get a little closer. Stone Blast adds a little bit to the hit count. It's not a long spell to cast. Oh, she first aided us. How nice. Oh, I should have followed up that Knight, or the Beast Blade with a kick attack. Oh well. Maybe next time. So before we actually go through with the rest of this, so we've cleared out, I think, the whole West Wing. Yeah, we came from here, we got the Knight Saber. think we went through the upper path already. Let's go back to the cathedral real quick before we finish off the skull door. Oh, wait, maybe I have to finish off the skull door first. That's fine. We should be able to collect that very soon. We just shouldn't go through the skull door, I think is what's happening. If not, we'll pick it up later. It's not a big deal. So in the meantime, let's just look for items, since we have one crystal left to pop. So now we know where that is. We'll ignore that for now. Got a life bottle. Okay. Take a look at what's over here. Oh, nothing of interest. I can have her ice needle this thing. And the other characters can help us out. Maybe a beast blade into cause a little. Oh, she got interrupted. That's one downside is if they do get hit, they do cancel their attacks. It could be kind of annoying to set them up properly. Oh well, let's force him to go forward. Now we're good. Goodbye, lizard man. There we go. Uppercut him while he's being juggled. We have a decent amount of lens, and we've learned a new spell. Take a look at what the spell is. I'm trying to think if it's antidote or if it's going to be an attack spell. We're due up for a cure status. Shield should be gone now. What spells did Karen learn? Oh, she learned Deep Mist. I don't usually find too much use out of that spell. It supposedly makes the enemy less able to hit you, which means you usually block more, but I don't know. It's just something I barely played with, to be honest, chat. Okay. So for now, let's proceed forward into the double door. Ale says, "Thank you for saving me. I'm Ailes, a bishop of this temple. What happened to Archbishop Martin? Martin perished at the hands of Leiden. And where is that thing? Excuse me? Thing? What are you talking about? Don't play the fool. Talking about the Eye of Adamani. What do you know about that? The Eye of Adamani? The Eye of Adamani? Yes. Oh my. Show us around this place. I can't. I came here by order of the king to investigate. Show us around, now. But why didn't you tell me? I don't know. Didn't Hugo explain it to you? No, he didn't. No, we didn't know about that. Oh, be quiet. Hey, Karen, do you know how serious this is? So now they're arguing with the swords. The priest must be really confused. Karen says, I just want the Eye of Adamani so I could get the reward money from Hugo. This has nothing to do with you. Oh no, this is more serious than your petty concerns. Calm down, Dimlos. I'm gonna be calm at a time like this. I said be quiet. Razor says, ignore them. They're a little funny in the head. Anyway, this is an order in the king's name. You can help us, or we could go about doing things our way. This party really is as bad as the Berserkrian one, such a mess. Ale says, alright, I'll go with you. There's a cathedral to the left rear of the temple. Go there first. He says, the Tower of Knowledge holds a collection of books about our ancestors' knowledge and experiences all over the world. Look at the books. Collection of books on natural sciences and plant biology from around the world. Sure. Collection of books. Nope, same thing. On geology and oceanography. Oh, there's a chest. Got the green gel. Collection of books on birds, animals, and insects from around the world. Same thing. Let's continue up the stairs and make sure we collect everything from this place before we go. There's a collection of books on linguistics and folklore from around the world. Strange phenomena around the world. We got Iron Helmet, which is a increase for us, I believe. So we could get an additional 4 defense from our current piece of equipment. This helm made from iron, the lower half of the face is unprotected. Well, it offers more protection than our leather cap, so that works. More strange phenomena books. Collection of secret books from all over the world. He says, what will we do now? Well, we'll continue to go up for now. Sign just simply says quiet chat. Collection of books on the study of manufacturing technologies from around the world. Same thing. Got an orange gel, awesome. He says, although they say people learn from the past, people will always keep fighting. Collection of books on art from around the world. This is kind of the same, which is a little disappointing. Ooh, the Aether Wars. The people on this planet split into 2 groups during this era. They were the Chosen, the Outcast. The Chosen escaped from the winter on the surface and lived in a utopian world in the sky. They ruled the Outcasts on the surface with lightning bolts they fired upon the ground. People on the surface cannot bear the suffering and tyrannical rule of the people in the sky. Eventually, a war broke out between heaven and earth. Okay, so we got a little bit of that. I feel like the Book of the Castle actually gave a lot more backstory. All knowledge finds its way here, says the sign. We got spectacles. We could take a look at boss health. There's a collection of medicine and pharmacology. Collection of books on architecture, statistics, more spectacles. He says this temple has been heavily damaged. It'll be a long time before the temple is restored. Collection of books on military strategies around the world. What do you have to say, sign? Keep books in the correct order. What is lens? Lens is a crystal extracted from the core of the comet that fell on this world before the Aether Wars. It's cut and shaped into standard sizes. Okay, so lens is from the comet. Okay, we heard about that. And we have a connection factor with 2 different important things in the discussion of book on food processing and agricultural technology. Study of religions. Several books on the table. Lens hunters. As Oberon Corporation began to purchase lens for cash, a group of people called lens hunters appeared. They made a living by taking lens from the bodies of monsters they killed and trading it in for money. The number of lens hunters swelled in a short period of time. However, the ranks of these hunters were reduced as poor hunters fell victim to the monsters. In addition, as the supply of lens stabilized, Oberon Corporation lowered the exchange rate. Because of these factors, the number of career lens hunters has decreased considerably. Draconis. Draconis has a lens power plant in the center of its body. This is proof that the Draconis was created by humans. Only a limited number of Draconis were created in ancient times. It required a large amount of bionic metals for its construction. Currently, the only acknowledged Draconis in service is controlled by the Seingeld Kingdom. This Draconis is virtually unavailable to the public. The kingdom currently uses the Draconis for delivering goods. Otherwise, it is used to fly state guests. Okay, a little bit of lore there. Rayleigh's Temple. Since the establishment of each temple is based on different beliefs, the religious practices of the temples vary accordingly. For example, the ritual of sky gazing is still performed in Calavis, where their system of belief centers around the Aetherian principles. Peace and security of the nation and family safety are the core beliefs shared among all the temples. The organizational structure of priests consists of 5 levels, from top to bottom. Archbishop, Bishop, High Priest, Priest, and Apprenticed. However, bishops and above only preside at the headquarters in Seingeld, and the temples in other region areas are administered by the high priests. Okay. Got the tech ring. Take a look at what this does. Gives you full control over battle movements. So I kind of like this one. I'll show it off a little bit. I'll probably switch back to the talisman eventually. But remember before how I was saying that in the other games, or even in Berseria, you've seen we've had auto, semi-auto, and manual. Well, this allows us to use manual. Elite Priest says, I'm really the brains of the temple. Even Bishop Ailes showers me with words of praise and brilliance. Yeah, I kind of wish they weren't items in this game. It's like nice that they're in there, but it's a shame it takes up a slot that's used for much, much better things. Oberon Corporation's influence. The impact of the Oberon Corporation's lens products on the world is tremendous. Given that people can now make fire by merely pushing a button instead of actually building a fire, it is easy to see the importance of the company. This company effectively has control over people's lives by focusing primarily on the home consumer products. This corporate approach has been well accepted and supported by the consumers. We got an Ankh hat. Take a look at what that does. I'm not allowed to wear that, but I believe it is a female armor. Hat worn by the Shirley's Temple Priest. It adds 5 to defense and 5 to evade. Sure. We give it to Rudy. Or actually, it'd probably make more sense to give it to her if she's able to wear it. She's not. Oh. Also, he was not wearing a helmet for some reason. Oops. Probably switch over to that. Well, I guess we'll give her more evade. Take a look at the books here. Oh no, I found part 2. Hold on, let's skip through the book. There are part 1 we should have read. There we go. After the Aether Wars part 1, the victors of the Aether Wars were the Earthers, the outcast people who lived on the surface of the planet. However, there really was no victor in this shameful war. Humanity lost. Got the stray robe. Like it's new equipment. Clothing issued to Shirley's Temple Priests. Now this is actually a pretty big defensive decrease, but I suppose if we didn't purchase any chainmails, it would have been better than what we were using. Now let's read the part 2 of this book. After losing war, the Aetherians, the people who lived in the skies, were forcibly repatriated to the Badlands of the Second Continent. This continent is now called Calavis. The descendants of these people were systematically discriminated against for countless years. That era remains a dark chapter of our world's history. The search for knowledge is eternal. I think we've read everything we can read. So that's kind of interesting to know that Aetherian descendants live in the Northwest. We saw there was a place called Junkland on the world map, so we can assume that's where they were also delegated to. Oh, there's a book here I didn't read, The Great Disaster. In ancient times, a comet fell on the planet. The impact of this comet wiped out nearly half the world's population. Dust thrown up into the atmosphere by the explosive force of the comet caused a long artificial winter on this world. Okay, we read the Aether Wars, so I didn't read the other book. Let's double check the tables to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. Make nice little loops around. Fortunately, we are not getting into random encounters, so we can take our time. I believe we have completed the Tower of Knowledge. About sacred texts. There are secret skills that can only be learned by master swordsmen. These skills are written in the sacred texts. The sacred texts choose their readers. Unworthy or unskilled readers will be unable to read, let alone understand it. There you go, chat. Knowledge is alive. Let's go ahead and make another save here, chat. So we have definitely upgraded our equipment in general, so that's kind of nice to go through. Dale says, no, the door leads outside. The hidden path is somewhere in a cathedral, located to the left rear of the compounds. I actually don't remember where this is. Let's explore together, chat. Is there something I missed somewhere? Oh, I don't remember this room. Ah. This way, please follow me. This pedestal is the key. Watch closely. May Adamani bless us with her mercy, and with everlasting truth to guide our wayward path, our guardian against darkness, we ask in the name of the goddess to show us the way. Well, I'm impressed. Now let's hurry. It's empty. I might as well save again. There's some switches on the floor. Oh boy, chat, I think we're at a puzzle. Oh, these are all empty. What a shame. Door is locked. The door is locked. The door won't open. Okay, is it where we just have to push all the ones of the same color down? See if that's how the puzzle works, quote unquote. I actually don't even remember this puzzle, to be honest, chat. I have nothing in my notes about this. I'm assuming... Oh, one of the doors opened. Okay. I think that was the solution. So we just hit all of one color in, and that let us open the door of the opposite color, I think? Uh-oh, somebody's been turned to stone. And there is quite obviously a large round gap where something should have been. Blondie says, there's nothing here. No, it can't be. What's going on? It's gone. The Eye of Adamani is gone. What? Ilya, why is she here? An acquaintance of yours? She's an apprentice priestess studying under Leiden. I see, an ally of the enemy. I'm going to use the panacea bottle on her. Step aside. Chad, if you were curious, if we had no panacea bottles, he'd still have it. And also, Chad, I double-checked between streams, and I think I forgot to mention it. But if you did get 30,000 gold, you are still not allowed to join the other crew, even with the money. You still state that you have no money, which is a shame. That is a sound effect for a panacea bottle. She became human. What happened to me? Oh, High Priest Leiden. Oh no! Ilya, calm down. Oh, sir. Will you explain to us what happened? Yes, but... who are they? We came to check on the Straley's temple by order of the King of Seingold. What's going on? You have some explaining to do. It's terrible, but the High Priest couldn't be. How awful. Hey, calm down, you're not making any sense. Who is this High Priest? His name is Leiden. I was working on many research projects under his guidance, but... I never imagined anything like this would happen. Don't bore us with your self-loathing. We don't have time to listen to your whimpering. So I'll make things really simple. Tell us only the important things. What did Leiden do? He stole the Eye of Adamani that was kept secret in this room. What? The Eye of Adamani? Oh no, what has he done? He took the Eye of Adamani? Swords are speaking now, so we have Nimlos talking to Atwait. Atwait says, I can't believe it! What's the big deal? You must get the Eye of Adamani back. It shouldn't be in the hands of mere mortals. Get it back? First of all, what is this eye? The Eye of Adamani is a gigantic lens that has enough power to destroy the whole world. Destroy the whole world? Oh, come on. The world was once on the brink of disaster because of the Eye's power. It was hidden and kept in the confines of this remote temple. How could someone steal it? Don't worry, Leiden. Leiden won't get away from us, excuse me. Looks like you won't go free anytime soon. I guess it can't be helped. We're just passengers along for the ride. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. May I join you? An enemy spy traveling with us? Are you crazy? I feel totally responsible for not stopping the High Priest. Please, let me go with you. How could I possibly trust your words? Please. You can trust this girl. Her eyes aren't lying. Yeah, I agree. Philia is not a liar. Hey, Philia, was it? Yes? We may have to fight against Leiden. Do you still want to come with us? Yes, I'm prepared to face what's ahead. Good, I like her attitude. Let's take her with us. She might even be useful. Hey, who do you think is in charge here? Okay, hotshot. You actually know what Leiden looks like? Philia, you know him well, don't you? Yes. Come on, let's take Philia with us, Razor. Razor's very grumpy. I think there's like a little face beneath the scribble. I think that's what's going on with that emoticon. Stop referring to Leiden as the High Priest. Beg your pardon? That thief is our enemy. Do you understand me? Yes. How about that, Philia? Thank you. The Eye of Adamani is about 20 feet in diameter. Oh, that's pretty big. How did they just roll it out of here? I think it'll attract the public's attention wherever it goes. Yeah, I was gonna say. It's kind of huge. Like 4 people tall, chat. Okay, let's see. Blondie says, okay, we'll gather information as we go along. And pursue light in the Eye of Adamani. Well, I suppose we don't have any other choice. Let's go. So chat, we got a 5th party member. We did it, chat. Look at that. Let's take a look at her. Actually, I don't know if we saw Razor's portrait for very long. We'll take a look at Leon/Razor. Seen D-Fangs very briefly, but we'll look on that again. And her name is Philia Felice. You see she's equipped with a plain rod and a stray robe, and also an Ankh hat. Razor is razor thin? Definitely. So chat will have to think of a good name for her. But in the meantime, let's see if we got anything else. Oh, we acquired the club earlier. Stick weapon with the metal striking surface at one end of a handle. I think we had Defang using this earlier. So we might as well increase her power. She already has the stray robe, so that's not useful for us. She already has the Ankh hat, so that's not useful for us. We can equip her with the talisman, technically. But for now, I think we'll keep it as is. Yeah, she'll have other weapon types as we go through the game, but for now, all she can use are clubs and rods. Basically your bludgeoning type weapons. Take a look at her specials. So she comes with Inspect. Enables the identification of the enemy's abilities, like spectacles. But technically, we don't need to purchase spectacles anymore. They're only 5 gold, so I don't really care. Honestly speaking. So if we don't want to use her, we want to preserve her TP. We have those items as backup. Otherwise, I think we're very slowly coming along. Gail says, please, get the Eye of Adamani back. Unfortunately, there are no more chests for us to retrieve. Let's go ahead and exit chat. I don't think I've missed anything, so it's pretty safe to save here. Gonna walk through the church. Gonna have a nice little run through here, chat. There we go. I believe we're now at the entrance. Do these people have anything new to say? No, they have nothing new to say. Hill, statue, victim, Platina. You think she looks like Platina? She's more like a Lazard. I think when I named her in one of my joke playthroughs, I think I just called her Stoned. Yeah, I guess we could just use Stone in general. Versus Stoned, which has a different implication. I'd almost spelled Sheila there for a second. That was also kind of amusing. Stonia. No, just get rid of the letter. I believe in you, game. Let's try this again. It is so stubborn with removing this letter. I don't get why it, like, sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Like, I'm hitting the cancel button here, and that's how I got rid of it last time, because I remember having trouble with this. Hold on, let's just random her name. I don't feel like learning it. Or she's apparently Sigiji. I was thinking if Dr. Stone would work, but she's not really a doctor. So for now, she'll be Stone. Unless the chat has a preference on names that we could give. Let's double check the back entrance here. Oh, he's still here. Stone says, I'm so glad you're all right. Stone, we've been through unspeakable horrors. Yeah, it's just more a reference to a show if I say Dr. Stone. Bishop says, and where are the others? Ails is at the back of the temple. I think he could fill you in on the details. I'm going after the High Priest. I mean, Maiden. When things settle down a bit, please see Ails. Yes, I'll do as you say. Please, look after Stone. May the grace of Adamani be with you on your journey. He's still here. I thought he left by this point in time. Let's try exiting and coming back, chat, to force him to leave. There is a nice item he's guarding. Oh, he's still there. Wow, he's stubborn. So it's not like a game-breaking item, but there's something called, I believe it's the R doll, which stands for Reversal Doll. And it's the equivalency of like Escape Doll in PSO, where instead of us dying, it sacrifices itself and we get healed. It's one of those things that's nice to have, but if the game doesn't want to give it to us, there's not much we could do. I missed, I think, a very small gap in which we could easily get that item. But it's not the end of the world. We can always get more of those later. So I will acknowledge that that is what's in there. I don't think if there's anything else we should do. I mean, I'll check one more time here, but I suppose we should try to exit here. And we'll pause once we get to the next village, I think. Would be a good stopping point. So we have enough time to set up for another what-if scenario tomorrow. We are not quite set up to go... Yeah, so he's still going to be here. So we're not quite set up to do the experience exploit yet, because we did not get far enough. But we did get our 5th party member, and we should be able to see an alternate ending. So I think our goal will be to try to leave this place. We can bring her into combat, but she's considerably lower level than our other characters, and she's not really good at combos, and she also has no skills of interest. Now, I believe what'll happen is if somebody's in the reserve party, they'll receive exactly 50% of the experience your party normally would. I believe that also includes bonus experience from the combo counter. Yeah, we're doing so much damage now, comparatively. Just a couple of levels make a big difference in our damage. Oh, I'm being first aided. Those 4 enemies, they stand no chance against this. The only thing I'm not certain about for the experience exploit, if we can't get it in this area coming up, in possibly next session or next weekend, I at least have a save file where I haven't leveled as much, because it might be kind of strict as to what level I can do that. There's a very famous encounter for speedrunning purposes that allows you to get a 99 hit combo basically as early as possible that you can do it in the game. And if we miss that opportunity, there's other ways to do it. They just have less of a setup, but they'll take longer to get to. Yeah, so people will do the 99 hit combo, they'll get like 70k experience and they'll be like mid-20s. And it'll like, I'll put it this way, you'll do it at around this level total, and you'll still be in the mid-20s, and it really breaks the balance of the game. But for the purposes of the main playthrough, chat, I will not save our main playthrough with that experience gimmick. I will acknowledge it and showcase it, but we'll try to see how the game intended it to be played, for the most part. We'll still cheese things here or there, though, I think. But I feel like since the game is already not on the most challenging end of the Tales series games, probably don't need to make it easier. So far we've not really used any items in any kind of sort of boss fights so far. I don't really count the crystals as boss fights, so I just left our armor on, but I suppose in the future we can unequip ourselves just for the challenge. But I feel like for the overworld travel, just to save us on healing items, I'd rather just wear the armor. Oh, he threw lots of apples at us. That was a new attack. Stop that. Oh, he took the kill from us. What a jerk, chat. Got another wormy apple. Yeah, I mean, the crystals, like, they're just whatever. You just kind of steamroll them. They don't even get a chance to hit you most of the time. The other bosses, some of the bosses I'm going to say are more challenging. I'm not going to say they're hard, but definitely if you mess around with them, they can kill you. That's always nice. I promise there's definitely a challenge at some point in the game. In particular, I think it's going to be very hard to win the arena without an item. We could try once, but I feel like we're going to save our e-bullets that I purchased earlier for arena cheese in the main playthrough. Otherwise, I'll try not to level too much here. So I'll probably avoid encounters from now on. I think we fought enough battles, chat. We'll move her back here. There we go. Away they go. Go ahead and use a holy bottle since we're getting into a lot of attacks here. There we go. Still got into a fight pretty early. That's a shame, chat. Oh, poor holy bottle. Another wolf. Hello, wolf. Goodbye, wolf. Some people playing through the game try to get like 15 of every item, and that's actually pretty difficult in this game without knowing a few kind of like exploity things. So we'll probably not go for that, but we'll try to at least get one of every item. That I can state, definitively. Let's check out this town, and then I think what we'll do is we'll pause for now. So their dialogue is updated a little bit. So Shepard was talking about counting sheep, making him feel tired. Now saying that some shady-looking folk were moving a large statue or something like that. One of them tripped and almost squashed one of our sheep with it. The jerks didn't even apologize about it and kept on going towards the south as if nothing happened. Should have beaten those jerks up. So we only get a little bit of a dialogue update here. I think that's actually it for this town. Yeah, definitely one of every item is a lot more reasonable. So let's save here. So we now know we have to go south, so we have a plot direction. I know ultimately where it will take us, but we'll play along and pretend we don't know, and we'll take any directions we get from the townspeople. But for now, let's switch over to the end of the stream and talk about expectations for the game. So I think tomorrow, since it will apparently not take very long at all to gain Eruption, I thought it was level 12. Maybe I just did the ending at 12. We'll try to grind to at least 9 or 10, knowing that we could get Eruption at 8. We're gonna go see an alternate ending where it'll be a nice little what if scenario that goes on there. I don't think there's any other major scenarios to show off, so I think towards the end of the stream we'll switch back to a little bit of the story, and that might set us up for the other experience exploit. As I stated before, there are a couple ways we can end up getting the 99 hits. I have a backup one in case I've over-leveled. That one is very, very brain dead to do. The other one requires more of a setup, and it requires us to be, I think, a low-ish level, and we have to have certain items on us. And it's recommended we have e-bullets for it. It's not technically mandatory for us to use e-bullets, but it's definitely recommended, especially if we're playing low level. And we could potentially set that up to get an absurd amount of experience. We haven't gotten to the location that gives us the combo counter, so until we get the item called the combo counter, we will not end up getting bonus experience on hits. So right now, even though we're doing pretty ridiculous chains on some enemies, we're actually not getting bonus experience for that yet. So even if we were looking to grind, I wouldn't recommend doing it until we get that item. Really concerning that there's already an alternate ending, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's just a very short scene. It won't take super long to do. The fight itself will be moderately challenging. We'll talk more about strategy when we get to that scene, but there's a reason I bought the 15 e-bullets. It was definitely to help speed up that fight we're going to be going into. So all those orange gels that we've acquired, we're going to have to purchase basically, not max, but basically another 8 or 9 or so. I want a very high number of orange gels since we're going to be spamming a, what was it, 16 or 18 cost move. So basically every 3 to 4 eruptions, I'm going to need an orange gel. Just to give you an idea. And we're going to be, if it does about 200 damage and he's got 9,000-ish health, that's going to take a while. So we're going to level a little bit so that our spells do more damage, and or we can at least chip him out slightly with normal attacks. It is technically possible to damage him at the level we were at, but we're talking about like single-digit damage, maybe a 10 or a 12 on there in occasion against his 9,999 health. but it's definitely recommended to hit him with spells since he has much lower equivalency of magic defense compared to normal strikes. So we're going to be kind of stun looping him with Eruption with main protagonist, and then we'll have Karen basically healing whoever's tanking, which will probably be Defang. And maybe she'll cast a spell or two here or there, but probably not too often. We'll probably set them to total defense so they don't die instantly. But I think that's the game plan for tomorrow. So I think this is not a bad stopping point, as we've not been able to find the villains, but we know vaguely where they're going, so we're just following their trail. So I think for next time, we're going to see that what-if scenario. I'm contemplating what to call it. I guess it'll be like alternate tales or something like that. And from that point forward, we'll kind of go back, and if I happen to miss anything in a playthrough, I'll see if I can, between streams, since the Saturday and Sundays back to back, it doesn't take too long to do. I'll see if there's any additional scenes I might have missed or additional dialogue. We could kind of capture that before going back to the main streaming file. So I'd just like to thank everybody for joining. Hopefully you had a good time. I definitely enjoyed the comments throughout. I think we're pretty much on pace where I thought we would be with Tales of Destiny. We were maybe about 1.5 towns shy of the experience exploit stuff, but that's okay. I feel like we spent more time looking at the books, and I got to explore an inn I've never been into before. I don't think at any point have I ever bothered traveling around that place. So that was a new experience for me, even though I think I've played it 2.5 times at this point. And now we're streaming it after the 2.5 times, so not too bad. So thank you again for joining, and hopefully you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.